and delicate.
Wait, can you read that one more time again?
And rewards you with a finish.
No, the whole thing.
While enjoying the uniqueness of this award-winning single-barrel bourbon, we hope you'll take time to notice how smooth and mellow it begins, and then rewards you with a finish that's long, soft, and delicate.
What an experience.
And we're live. So there's one we were just talking about before I pressed the record button over here, that there's one review of us on Apple Podcasts right now. I haven't looked on Spotify. Can you review on Spotify?
I don't think so.
Pull it up.
Not that
take
I
a
will. I will pull it up. But there's only one review for our podcast on Apple Podcasts right now.
5 stars.
It's 5 stars, and it goes like, these scumbags are actually hilarious, something like that. So shout out to I think the Milkman was the username.
The Milkman.
Yeah, we should give him a proper shout out. So why don't you look that up?
Thank you, Milkman.
The
So-
Milkman is a recent Barstool Sports Rough and Rowdy opponent. I don't know if
Really?
it's the same guy, but
It's probably in reference to that, then maybe. So we're here today with new guests, Will Meyer
Will I am
and Mel, the regular.
the
Sorry.
regular.
The Milkman Stiff
Oh, Steph.
There it
said
is.
5 stars. These scumbags are hilarious. So whoever that is,
Shout out to you, and expose yourself, so we can give you a proper shout out.
maybe we'll bring you on.
Imagine maybe it's someone random like who just found it.
That'd be cool.
Maybe.
That would be cool.
that's how it starts.
Yeah.
No, I can't see it on
Well, then share the
Spotify.
fucking pod.
True.
Scumbag.
He does.
The Milkman, you think?
Milkman?
Oh, you mean
Whoever
him.
he is.
I thought
No,
you
the
were.
Milkman. The
Sorry,
Milkman.
I thought you were
Every
directing that at him.
time I share the podcast, I'm driving on the Taconic. Cruise control is set.
So that's
it's like,
commitment.
Yeah. It's really,
Nice.
it's more like kind of
for
just trying to distract myself from the driving aspect
Yeah.
of 2
It's a
hours
boring
all day.
ride, too.
It gets monotonous
So.
after you do it 3 times in the same week.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, me, Will, and Kevin all went to Albany. I'm sure anyone listening now knows that me and Kevin went together, but Will also went to Albany with us. And what was my point? Oh, the Taconic. Yeah.
What
So
was your point?
when one time we all drove up there, like me and like a couple of buddies of mine from Pauling, the daddy. You probably know who the daddy is.
Yeah, I know.
The daddy.
And so it was me driving one group of us, and him driving another. And we're on the Taconic, and I'm in the right lane, and he shoots out from behind me. And no, wait, I must have been in the left lane. I'm trying to remember correctly. Yeah, I must have been in the left lane because he was in the drive. Yeah, okay. So I'm in the left lane, he's in the right, and he tries to like pass me on the right. And then he slows down and starts going the same speed as us. And he's trying to put his like hand out the window to give whoever was in my passenger seat a high five while he's driving, like going 70. Like,
good. I've only gotten in the car with him once. Was it?
And he almost hit me.
I think it might have been
When
the
he did
night
that.
we went to Smiles. No. Different night. So twice. Pretty sure he was drunk. We get on 684 and he's doing like 40, and then he just goes and starts fucking slamming it. We're doing like 120. I'm like, your car isn't even meant
It's
for
falling
40.
apart.
Yeah, 40.
And it has a terrible exhaust leak that will get you pulled over alone.
Yep,
Not to mention you're going 20 over.
drunk.
Yeah, I was just telling him recently that he used to have a problem when he drives that if someone, like, he'll just be cruising at like a regular speed, and then if someone tries to pass him, he gets like offended.
Get mad.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's like 5'2", so it comes back to that short man, like the
Maybe.
Napoleon complex.
I'm just gonna check the camera here. We had some
Short
technical.
man.
Why don't you start the interview portion?
Oh, the interview portion. Yes. Okay.
Profile.
Thank
Give
you.
us your stats.
I know what the process is.
Zip it. How tall are you?
6'5",
How much do you weigh?
230. Unfortunately,
Is that your natural hair color?
yes.
What color are your eyes?
Well, it depends on what I wear. Today I wore green, so the green will show a little bit more. But on summer days, I go gray or blue.
What color are your eyes?
Hazel.
Hazel. Good choice.
I think that's what my license says.
Where'd you get that sweatshirt?
Stole it from Weebutuck High School, actually.
Let's get back to that. I want
We'll
the
touch on
details
that.
on that. Yeah. Do you have a credit card?
No, I do not have a credit score.
Really? You don't
And
have...
how old are
Yeah,
you?
22.
22.
I'm working on it. USAA just came in the mail. Going to sign up with my mom. We're going to look at it.
You have a bank account.
Yeah, I got a debit card.
Through who?
What's your balance? Like, where's that going?
No, through who?
M&T.
Here in town.
Keep
So let's say over on 22, right next to Hannaford's.
M&T.
Yeah, I don't know.
Putnam County.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
the other
smaller.
side. I'm sorry, the other side.
Why
What's
don't
your
you go-
account? What's your account
Putnam
number?
County Savings Bank.
So why don't you go there and say, I'd like a credit card, please?
I don't think PCSB gives out
Yeah.
cards.
I'd like
that.
some
They're
crack,
too small.
please.
That's
M&T
I'm
does.
going to get a USAA,
M&T's a bigger
though.
bank.
I'm going to get money
They're
back.
like everywhere.
Okay,
They're like
that's true.
tri-val, whatever, tri-state area. Putnam County Savings Bank is just Putnam County. It's like if you ever leave, you're fucked.
That, yeah,
Like,
that,
it's
that
like banking
seemed-
with
that seems like a bad
KeyBank,
idea.
or like
No.
if you don't bank with anybody who isn't like Chase, it's like you leave New York and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
y'all
my
got ATMs around here.
my one of my ex-girlfriends had TD Bank, which is
Yeah,
like the closest one is in Carmel.
Yeah.
And I remember like
That's
she
like
used to
Wells
drive.
Fargo
I'm
is
like,
in Carmel. My dad drives to Carmel to go to the bank. I'm
Why?
like, you're a
Like,
fucking
why?
idiot.
Why are
Just
you doing
open
that?
another bank account somewhere else, closer.
Anyway,
The fuck?
are you seeing anyone?
I'm not. I'm
Why
trying
not?
to focus on me. I just graduated with my bachelor's in May from UAlbany.
In what?
Mhm.
What
Great
is your
day to be a
degree
Great
in?
Dane. I got a history degree with an education minor with honors, graduated.
Not like these
No big
fucking
deal.
degenerates over here.
And
You graduated.
With honors? No.
My GPA was a 3.56 or something.
That's not bad. That's all.
that's
that's
honors.
No, especially because my first year it
Was-
was like a
You don't remember if you graduated with honors or
3.09.
not? I'm pretty sure
Nah,
that's
It has-
honors.
Yeah, that's what
might have
honors.
been. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, good for you.
I'm currently
Maybe.
enrolled
Fuck
in
off.
my master's program to become a
Oh wow.
high school social studies teacher.
Why high school?
I'd rather die.
So you can
than get
fuck
my
the students?
master's.
That's not it.
That is not the reason.
He's like, yeah, I'm not seeing anybody because I'm saving myself
is-
for my future high school students.
I think they get
What,
paid
um,
more.
What
or
does
something.
Matthew McConaughey say in that movie?
I get-
They keep getting.
I get
they
older
stay
and
the
they
same
stay the
age.
same
age.
age.
Yeah.
Oh, all I'm saying is I saw this girl on TikTok today with some braces on, and
TikTok. I
All I'm
refuse to
saying-
download that app.
all
I will
I'm
never
saying-
use TikTok.
no, it's
I'm too
actually
old.
really,
I'm
it's
too
actually
old for it.
really funny. There's some really funny shit on TikTok. Not gonna lie.
I just
Cam,
don't want it.
that episode Cam was on when he was talking about it. I was like, all right, I'll try it. And
Of course, that weirdo has TikTok.
It's time for the Yikers Island TikTok videos.
God,
Yeah.
no.
Choreographed
Me and
dances.
Kevin just start dancing.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
No.
That's how you expand. You know, you got to like network, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
TikTok
All
is blowing up
platforms.
right
The
now. It'd be a
TikTok
great-
followers.
Yeah.
Be a good place to start.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Weebatuck, stolen sweatshirt.
Okay, so high school, probably my senior year, we have an away game at Weebatuck High School up in Amenia, Wassaic, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And just get there early. You know, we go to the bleachers, put our stuff down. We go up to the top because we have to like watch the JV play or something like that. And green sweatshirt, didn't have a green sweatshirt. Figured, sure, I'll take it. Wash it a couple of times, and you know, I've
You
got
ruined
myself a
some
green
kid's day when they
Probably.
realized their
yeah,
champion
but it was
hoodie
just
was
laying
missing.
there. Couldn't have been
Right.
that ruined if
Mm.
they forgot it.
My
there.
size,
Listen.
you know, bigger kid like me, you know, it was like, oh,
No.
you don't come around these often, so
I left my Nike zip up like thermal fucking thing in the gym from it must have been I was in like 11th or 10th. I was in 11th grade
I
for
probably
winter
stole it.
track and I left it there and like the next day I realized I was like fuck my mom's going to literally beat my ass. She spent like $60 on that fucking thing at Modell's with a coupon like she's going to beat me like I remember when she bought it she was like don't go losing this.
If anyone knows Mel's mom, she actually would have
Would
beat
get
her.
beat.
She's not
So I'm
lying.
like, fuck. And I go to the Lost and Found and I'm like, yo, it's not there. I'm like, fuck. I'm literally getting my ass beat. And so I asked the girls on the track team and one of the girls was like, oh, a black zip up? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, he's wearing that. And I was like, who the fuck is be like, this is before we were friends. So like I had to confront her and I'm not big on confrontation. Like I'm all talk, but I would never actually, I had to like actually confront her and I was like, listen, did you find that like in the gym? And she was like, yeah, I actually found it in the Lost and Found. And I was like, so you're just taking things from Lost and
See-
Found that don't belong to you? It's not
see-
It's not a Goodwill. It's for people who
Or
lose
someone
things
else's school.
and find them.
Like, you're going to school
that's
with
what
them.
That's
Like,
why I was like, bitch. I was like, you need to take. I was like, that's.
we got
I want you to
300
take that
people
off.
in our school.
I was like, I want you to take that off. And I like, you have to actually give that back to me. My mom's gonna beat my ass if you don't give that back to me. And she did. And then we were like friends after that. But I was like, the audacity of these fucking people. The Lost and Found is not a shopping spree. You only go there if you lost something and you go to find it. It's not, oh, somebody lost this and now it's mine. I would never. I'm just like, I would never. Okay, that's
I have
different.
a lot of different other stuff from other schools.
You-
That's what I'm saying. That's
Well,
from
you
another
stole
school,
them.
though.
yeah.
So you're saying like, oh, I stole this, not like
My shit was
well,
in
I
the
like
Lost
that.
and Found,
I
and
think
this
I
Yeah, I
broad
just
just
took it
stole.
like-
I think there's a difference because you're stealing it with the purpose of, hey, I stole this, not I'm
Yeah.
gonna put
Exactly.
use
I'm
to
gonna
this.
steal. I'm gonna take something from the Lost and Found and then wear it to school, where it's probably the person
Where it
who's
was lost.
where
Yeah,
it was
that's what I'm
lost,
saying.
and then they're gonna see me wearing it. I love it, but I was like, oh fuck. Oh, I was like, who does that? Why are you stealing from the Lost and Found?
Mel's like, I'm gonna fuck this. Is that mine?
Yeah.
Can
Can
I,
you
like,
please
maybe
take that
have that
off?
back?
Yeah. That's actually exactly what happened.
Don't even worry
I
about
was like, I'll
washing
fucking
it.
kill this
Oh.
freshman, this fucking little bitch. And then I was like, please, and my mom, I need that back.
Side note: I created Yikers Island. Thank you very much.
I don't get it.
Do 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 do
I get
do
it.
do do.
Yeah, he even,
Someone
he even
claims.
gets it.
Do,
Oh,
do,
the
do,
girl, the
do,
girl, the
do,
girl, the
do.
girl. Yeah, who was it?
The same chick.
Our friend.
Well,
No, she
fucking-
said that somebody
That's a
else.
really
That
long
goes
silence.
She
forever.
said that our
There's a lot
other
of crickets.
friend. She didn't say that she started. She said that our other friend used to say that, and I was like,
Well,
maybe
call
she
her up.
did, but I only ever heard it from this guy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You started saying that we were in Toronto when we were in Toronto, and that was like 4 years ago. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you were saying it before then. That's just the first time I heard it, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'll take the credit. Thank
These
you very
people
much.
steal from the Lost and Found, and
put
Steal
blasphemy on my
IDs.
name. Put blasphemy on my name. Does that even make sense?
yes, it makes sense.
I'm trying to use this platform to expand my vocabulary. Sometimes I have to double check with the judges
make up words.
if my words. I
Well,
think
that's
I've,
the funniest part.
I've
when
got,
I'm,
like-
listen to that and you're like, I think that's a word.
it sounds good, but I
missed
just
it this time. I don't know what you're saying.
I said putting blasphemy on my name.
I think last podcast
wanna
I
go
listened
back
to,
there.
you used fathom. You're like
Fathomed.
fathomable.
No, I said I actually know what you're talking about. I said Kevin's having a hard time fathoming this.
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's a word.
That's good.
There you go.
That's
Nice,
an
dude.
SAT word.
Big
I'm
word
not-
Matt over here.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, if
Pee-wee
I'm gonna be
Herman's
doing
word
this,
of the day.
if I'm gonna be doing this, I have to.
Should we do that from now on? Can we have a word of the day? Not
Like,
tell the
Dude, you know
guests?
what's
Pee-wee.
funny? In my notes for the podcast, under my segments note, no, under my
He is having a stroke.
under my segments tab, I guess I'll call it.
Call it whatever you want. Are you okay?
What the fuck are you saying?
He
I think
blacked
this
out.
bourbon's getting to me already.
Yeah, it's blacked out.
Yeah. Anyway, this was when Tom was like a regular.
God.
First of all,
whatever
I was about to say whatever happened to
when
Tom
Tom was a
Flinger.
regular, one of the segments I had an idea for was a vocab segment with Tom Klinger.
Yeah.
What we should do
Klinger.
is you and I pick a word.
What the fuck is wrong with me today?
A spelling
Klinger.
bee with Tom.
Klinger.
A spelling bee with Tom.
That would be fucking
That would be good,
hilarious.
yeah. Um,
I'm gonna go pick up Tom right now.
Matt has one glass of bourbon and it goes into a spelling bee against Tom.
we should pick a word ahead of time and then make it our goal to make one of the guests say the word.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
good.
So we have to push them to, and then if we
Word
don't do
snake.
it, we're fucking.
Jimmy Fallon.
Or like
He does that.
Yeah, word sneak. It's like a back and forth competition kind of though. He has like 5 words and they like have them on cards and they just try to sneak them into conversation like without
Yeah.
them knowing what the key word is.
So it's similar, yeah. But like it would be us trying to
Different.
make you say it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like when Jimmy
That's
Fallon
good.
does
I like
the
that.
sing like this song as this singer.
Mm.
yeah,
But I feel like it's
so
so. I feel like
staged.
yes, that's what I was about to say. I feel
Of
like he
course.
tells them beforehand. Like
All that shit.
they
is-
know.
Ariana Grande is very talented, but that she knew that she knowed.
she knowed it.
What is going on tonight? Is there something in the fucking
It's Mercury's in
air
retrograde.
here?
She knew that shit beforehand. Like I'm convinced that he gives all the guests a heads up about what it's gonna be, and
Oh,
then
for
that's
sure.
how like they can choose to be as bad or as good as they want. But he definitely allows them to like practice.
Well, just like when they have like comedians on, they like have conversations to segue into like little bits.
Oh
for
yeah,
the,
of
for
course.
the comedians.
Yeah. That shit's all staged.
But so are we done with his profile?
What else you want to know? I'm an open book.
What size shoe are you?
13.
What's your mother's name?
I don't feel comfortable releasing that information. It's Maureen.
What are you driving?
Right now I'm driving her old 2012 Dodge Journey.
Dodge
Which color?
Journey.
That's old now.
What-
That makes me feel
What
old.
color? Which one?
It's
My car's
gray.
a 2012, and I never
Gray.
refer to
Yeah.
it as my old.
Yeah.
It's 2012.
Well, it's his mother's old. So
Yeah, but
she
it's
got a new
2012.
one.
It's
She
pretty
got-
new.
She got a 2019
That's
Dodge
not
Journey.
new
Ah.
anymore.
Silver.
That's 8 years.
Yeah.
What's considered old for a car? I thought like after you get like 15, that's when you start paying like the vintage insurance. Where,
Well,
like,
I don't
it's
care
real
about
cheap.
the technicalities. I care about my standard.
I don't
if-
think
if
8
your
years
shit's
is
older
that
than
old.
5 years.
I would
Ugh. Get something new, Melanie.
Yikes. Okay.
Who the fuck?
What year
What
is
are you?
your
What are you
car?
kidding me? Do you remember what you used to drive?
Yeah, but I
You
don't
fucking,
anymore.
I
fucking
remember.
Chevy
Shit, man, it didn't even
Impala.
have
Shut
power
the fuck
steering.
up,
How did
little
you-
bitch.
How do you remember my Impala? That was
Honey, I recall
What was
things.
the other Dodge? What was that? Thing was a-
Stratus.
Stratus,
oh,
that
that thing was
shitty
a
thing.
shit.
Fuck
box.
off.
That
gr- I
was
grew up
literally
in
Dude,
that
one
like
car.
9
time-
years ago. Though. Hold on.
Wha-
Melanie remembers a car I drove 9 years ago.
have a great memory, honey. What can I tell you?
I wonder why.
You want to get in on why I remember that? I don't think you want to.
This is the part where we say
You dug your own
anywho.
hole, Kevin. Kevin White is
really.
digging his own grave on the record. You want to talk about why I know what kind of car you
Shut
drove?
your whore mouth, Mel.
I
Shut
mean, I
it.
think off the record I do.
Okay.
But the way you're
No, that
you're
is-
presenting this, I'm getting a little nervous.
no.
You shut your whore mouth.
The
edit jar.
1920s
Edit jar.
accent is my favorite on the podcast, reoccurring.
Yeah.
Wow.
The 1920s accent
Yeah.
is my favorite.
You want to get... Start crying.
We need Tom back for that. Yeah, so where's Tom been? Anyone know?
I know. He stopped asking me for
Wait.
rides. I think he got his car fixed and he was like,
Wait.
fuck those losers.
I actually can
Thanks,
go where I want.
Tom.
I can go where I want to
Yeah, I
now.
don't fucking have to keep going to Matt's house. Okay, Thomas.
I didn't think about that. It's probably actually true.
Yes, I know it is. Fuck you, Tom.
Wow, Tom. Are you gonna show up for fucking May 23rd, dude?
Probably not.
How much have you figured out the tickets yet? I was listening to that today.
Nah, that'll be a little further down the road, but probably like, I would think like $35.
We really got to figure out where we're doing it.
Well, because you're gonna get
You need a venue.
You're gonna get
I know the
all
details.
inclusive-
You got to listen to the last podcast
Yeah.
to get the details.
yeah, but it's gonna be an all-inclusive drinking event afterwards, so it's not a bad price.
No.
Actually, I think it might be even more.
Yeah.
I
I'll
can
try.
sounds pretty
drink a
cheap
lot more
for
than
all you can-
$35.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's,
Unfortunately.
Exactly.
it's gonna be a big joke when they all show up and we have 130 rack. Go wild, guys! You fucking losers.
Keystone Light.
Whoa. Keystone.
Keystone Light.
Smooth, like Keith Stone.
first time I
Keystone
drank
is my
Keystone,
go-to.
no. I feel like you were definitely there when we threw that party in the woods behind Laura's like neighbor's house.
I never went to any of those.
Oh my god,
surprisingly.
it was such a mistake. I don't even know like who Lorenzo got like probably another homeless person to buy us like a 40 or 30 rack whatever it was of Keystone, but then we had no place to store it in July.
So it was warm.
So it was like we were drinking hot Keystone that had been left like in a garbage bag in the woods for like 7 hours, and we were like, "This is great! I'm having so much fun. This is like our introduction to high school, and I'm loving it." Actually, terrible.
If I had, from the stories you've told, if I had your parents, I would have never drank in high school. I've been too scared.
Oh no! Well, that's just like
Well-
that. Well, that was like one time where like I was just like said I was at a sleepover or something, but
You
no,
didn't
there
stay
was
home.
another time, like, I was like, I'm not going to get in trouble for this. Like, I'm going to be honest with my mom, and she's going to appreciate it. Absolutely not. I should have fucking lied all the way home. I was at, she was a grade above us. I don't want to say a name on the record. She probably wouldn't care, but
Yeah, don't.
someone in the grade above us threw a really cool party. Like, I wanted to go.
Was it
going to be
cool?
a bunch of older people there. Yes, and I don't know what possessed me to just
be seniors
tell my mom that I was at this girl's house and that there was alcohol there, and like I had like one Bud Light, and I was like, what is this? Like, I'm not like blacked out. And she was like, give me the fucking address. I'm coming to get you right the fuck now. And she did. I stupidly gave her the address, and she came in. I don't remember. I probably blacked out, like mentally blocked that out because she embarrassed me, but got picked up and
No free ads.
You know, got embarrassed, left the party. Mom came and picked me up, embarrassed me in front of everybody. But that was a blessing in disguise, and for another reason I want to go on the record. I'll tell you afterwards. Is like actually a bad thing that happened. Not to me, to someone else.
We need to like mark these things.
It was a big yikes.
We're never gonna remember all the things we're trying to come back to.
Off
the record.
It was bad. That was like actually like.
Yeah, we never do because I've listened back to podcasts where someone says something that I really wanted to know, and then like we never talked about it.
Like my mom came and picked me up, and then we had to actually come back to the party to pick my other friend up who was left there. Because it got dangerous.
I think I know which one you're talking about now.
I think you do. It was very bad. And that's why I was like, yo, I don't know why you came and picked me up in the first place. Like, I was literally watching.
Wait, was that the
people.
one? Was that the one where I first like had my first interaction with my ex?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so. I don't think you were there. I don't remember like my like good friends being there. It was like me, her, and like one other girl. Like you guys weren't there.
Does her other name start with a V?
No, she wasn't there.
Fuck. Never mind.
I don't
Just
remember
forget
who I was with. It was
do
she
you-
was definitely there. You know who I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways.
How do you like this?
Not as good as the one we had last time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you like that scotch too much to probably like your scotch guy.
Yeah. It's not bad. But this bites. This bites back.
See,
Bites.
I think it's stronger, but I don't know if that scotch was as smooth though. I shouldn't say it wasn't smooth. I just don't like the aftertaste of that scotch. I shouldn't even say scotch generically because that's the only scotch I've ever really had. So I should try a couple more, but yeah, tonight me and Kevin are indulging in
Four Roses Single Barrel Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, distilled and aged by Four Roses Distillery LLC in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
Just like to point out that it's the Four Roses single barrel,
Single barrel.
not the regular small batch. We're not peasants here. Because they have a small batch and they have a small batch select.
See, I make a comment about cars, and he's like, well, what do you use to drive? But then he's like, well, we're not peasants. We only drink the small batch single barrel whiskey.
While enjoying the uniqueness of this award-winning single barrel bourbon, we hope you'll take time to notice how smooth and mellow it begins, and then rewards you with a finish that's long, soft, and delicate.
Wait, can you read that one more time again?
And rewards you with a finish.
No, the whole thing.
While enjoying the uniqueness of this award-winning single barrel bourbon, we hope you'll take time to notice how smooth and mellow it begins, and then rewards you with a finish that's long, soft, and delicate.
What an experience.
Yeah, I want to go back to the car statement, you fucker.
All right,
Piece
I get
of
it. You
shit.
drive an old car. That's
It's
not my fault.
not old.
What year is it?
2012.
How many miles?
It's a Subaru. I've put on a decent amount of miles. How many miles do you think my Subaru has?
Oh.
120,000.
More.
167,432.
Well, that's old.
What? Did
I
you say
didn't- I
something?
didn't say anything, no.
That's old then. I don't even have a.
No, is that your
100,000
signature
miles.
thing now?
What the fuck did you say? I'm
on one of the other podcasts. I don't know if you watched this one or listened to it. I think I actually pointed it out for the listeners, but she was like, "Yeah, like that when I was knocked out from my from getting my wisdom teeth done, I was high as fuck and made me want to do heroin." And then like I started to say something, but then I like stopped to like think about what she just said. And she was like, "No, like go, start talking."
yeah.
I don't remember that specifically.
Yeah.
Must have been later teens episode.
It was
Probably,
good. It was
yeah.
a
Tune in.
good one. It was a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah, exactly.
My car has 185,000 miles on it.
That's old.
But I bought it in 2015. It had 83,000. So I put a decent amount of miles
Yeah, it's all right.
in the years that I've owned it. But it's a Subaru. That shit will go for like 300,000 miles if you take care of it.
Do you take
Yeah,
care
except
of
it
it?
won't
Yes.
go.
Okay, good.
The only place it won't go is out of my driveway in the snow.
Snow. That's the only time I've ever been stuck in the snow. That
Dude,
was
I couldn't believe it.
I had to call
the night
him.
of the fight?
Yeah. The first one when it
But
snowed.
dude, there was not that much snow. It
I
must have
think
been.
it's my tires.
Yeah, probably.
I probably need new tires.
Yeah, because dude, she like came back
I
in
was
and was
like,
like, dude,
"I'm sorry."
I'm stuck, and I was like,
How?
little in the bag at that point,
Yeah.
and I'm like, so my first thought was a fucking woman,
No, it was
can't get out
really
of the driveway.
stuck. I was like,
Melanie actually said when we were going out there, she was like, "If you do this right now, I'm gonna feel so bad. Like, just I get it. I'm a woman."
yeah, I didn't want to wake him. Like I was struggling out there for like 15 minutes before I was like,
But no,
I
we
think I
had
have to
to-
call him.
we
like,
had to shovel her out a little bit.
Well, it was like I was boxed
sure that
in. Like
didn't
there's like a rock wall cement thing here, and like then his dad's work van. So I'm like, I would have just fucking gunned it, but I'm like, I'm gonna hit this man's car.
I'm sure that doing that didn't help your tires either.
I don't care. I
It
haven't
was-
done anything.
Them shits was spinning.
My favorite was
Whoops.
when you parked on the lawn and then you said, "All right, just make sure you just drive off, smooth." And we go out there, and she's like, takes off like Sonic.
Really?
I was like, "Remember, be careful." She's like, "Yeah." Fucking 90
Dude,
miles
when
an
we
hour.
I have not brought this up yet. Every time we leave here, you ride my ass on Bundy like it's a fucking speedway. I'm like, this motherfucker going like 60 around that turn. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like
Then drive faster.
I can't.
It's because his Subaru's newer.
I'm like, you need to, you need to leave like a distance there. Like you be driving like you're trying to see my trunk. Like I don't know what you're doing.
You be driving like you want to see her junk in her trunk.
Like I don't know
UB40.
what you're doing,
Red
Kevin.
wine.
The fuck?
Who the fuck is UB40?
This man is riding my ass all Bundy. Like, you good?
Yeah, apparently better than you in your slow car or something. I don't know.
I think we have the same car. Yours is just like 2 years newer than mine. What do you drive?
2019
What, Impreza?
Impreza.
Okay.
But 2019 is all that matters because it's new.
Just looking around.
All right, so
Anyways, enough of the car
What's
talk.
next?
let's get to the.
The age-old question.
Yeah, are you guys friends or what?
Oh. Not
Wait,
the
what's the
question I was
age-old
expecting.
question?
No, just
Yeah,
the
wait,
question you ask every guest.
Oh, we'll get to
Oh,
that.
no. I don't want to
We got to do that.
I guess we
You
have
don't
to.
have to talk about it. 'Cause
No, I would never
Yeah,
talk
we
about
just
that.
that was the last episode.
So let's tell the listeners / viewers.
hold on, I hate that he already knows the question's coming. Though.
I know.
I
know,
hate it.
I've listened to every episode.
Well, you ask
original
everybody.
SoundCloud
I'm just glad
day
you guys
one.
didn't ask my dad that.
That's because I wasn't here.
That's good. I didn't want to know. I don't want to know that.
I have to say,
Yeah, hey, Mel's dad.
your parents absolutely electric episodes.
Right? But yeah, but
Did you
definitely,
listen
but
to all
definitely,
4 hours? You
but
did?
definite
Really?
mental illness
I
shining through.
I got a long drive to Albany.
Definitely.
So Yikers Island is perfect for your commute,
Yeah, Dylan
If it's
texted.
taking you 4 hours to get to Albany, you've got
No.
problems.
There
Okay.
and back.
Let me say that when I say I go to Albany, I say it's 2 hours. It's really an hour 45,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
I say 2 hours. It makes it sound good. I really make the other people that I'm in like classes with like feel bad for me. You know, I'm
Yeah.
really
Nice.
about making people feel bad for me.
Yes.
Pulling the heartstrings a little bit.
Oh shit, that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're right.
I was thinking about our class in Albany. I'm gonna pull up a picture because you sent it to
Ooh.
me recently.
Yeah. I thought I was being funny, and then I thought you took it the wrong way.
Oh no, I was probably just doing something.
Yeah. You actually have a life. I understand.
Well, not really.
So
Sorry, I cut you
no,
off.
you're good. So my drive to Albany, perfect time to listen to Yikers Island, hour 45. Usually the episodes are like hour 54, and then I just I get there pretty early because I leave like 2 hours beforehand, but the class doesn't really start.
Yeah.
So I just sit in my car, I finish up the episode, and then I go into class, and then it's better than listening to the same music over and over again, the same playlist. So Yikers Island, it brings something new. You feel like you're in the conversation, and it's a great time.
Makes that.
Which
makes it the
podcast
time
is that?
fast, very fast.
Yikers Island podcast. Follow them on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you get your streaming.
And YouTube now.
YouTube, yes. Video.
Do we have
is,
a Twitter?
You
We
do have
do
a Twitter.
I deleted.
You
my
don't even
Twitter.
know?
I don't have Twitter.
Oh, I
deleted
do.
my Twitter. Wow.
I had to.
Small
Twitter's
world.
I would
the
never
best
have
place
gotten
to
a job
be.
if I still had my Twitter up.
What do you
That's what I-
mean?
that's how I
Make
felt.
it private. Mine's
Yeah.
private.
No.
So
I've
that
got
no
a
one
lot
can
of bad
find.
stuff.
I can't take that risk.
A lot of bad stuff.
Mine's real
There it
private.
is. Maddie Mo.
You want to explain the?
The lemon.
Yeah.
So this man walks into exploration of space.
Look
like,
at that fucking poor excuse of a fucking goatee at that point. Are you fucking kidding me? You used to let me walk around like that, and you. What the
Matt, there's
fuck?
no changing
We weren't
your
really-
mind, dude. What were we gonna say? Matt, that looks like shit. You go, fuck you, and then you grow it out more. Yeah, that's like literally.
Can you do that again?
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
You gotta
Yo,
drop to the ground.
That's number 2. That's the second time I've done that.
No, I don't know what
Yes.
he's talking about. I don't know you to do
Oh,
that.
he does that. He does that.
That's crazy.
Mel's my defense attorney. Remember when Kevin called me ugly when I was a kid?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
although I have to say, when I did listen back to that episode, Kevin was shitting on me by saying I was an ugly kid. But I noticed that when I was like, "What happened to me?" I was so cute
I was
when
like,
I was a
what
kid.
happened?
You were like, "Yeah, like you were much cuter when you were a kid."
Yeah, so which is worse? I've accepted that you've become,
Yeah,
maybe
but
not
how do you
ugly.
think I look now, though? 'Cause that
I think
would.
you're a babe.
All right, well then you're better then.
All right, explain the lemon, please.
Yeah, oh yeah, lemon.
Well, so this man walks into exploration of space like the second or third week.
Was
maybe.
it this outfit though?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, look at the fucking outfit. You look
Vineyard
like
vines,
SpongeBob
you
and Patrick
fucking
combined.
asshole.
You had the yellow hat, purple sweater, and I swear to God, they were yellow
Purple?
pants.
yeah,
I was just
hold
about
up.
to say that.
That
I was
shit's
just
hold
about-
on.
pink.
Did I say purple?
That shit's
Yeah.
salmon.
Purple, yeah.
That's tough.
That's salmon ass.
Oh no, that's why I was wearing yellow
the
pants.
yellow
too.
pants.
That's why.
Oh.
Man, like you remember the episode of SpongeBob, Patrick and SpongeBob were in the wrestling ring,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and they're just like transforming into all this different shit. That was this man.
Okay, no, I don't remember that.
Oh, were they just like
no.
They get really buff.
yeah,
Yeah.
And they're wearing the other person's.
What are you trying to
yeah.
say, bro?
That's what I was. That's what
What
I
you trying
meant.
to say,
Like they were
dude?
just.
Yeah.
It was.
What I
just-
want to know is why did you wear so much Vineyard Vines back in the day and you never even joined a frat?
He was living downtown, right next to St.
Your
Rose.
dad's
that
like
supposed
not
to
a
mean? He
was
lawyer.
in the
and
ghetto.
shit, Like,
Is your dad a lawyer? You used to wear that shit too.
nah, dude.
You used to wear that shit too.
Yeah.
I did have one of those.
Call
That
him
was it.
out.
That
Call
was
him
it.
out.
You had Vineyard Vine t-shirts.
Purchased for me. I know. I didn't buy
Bye.
it.
Whatever, bro.
Off the record.
Off the record.
How did I know?
Fucking Mel, man. She's such an instigator.
Bye.
You're the worst, Melanie. What's
Stop
your middle
inviting
name?
me on this fucking podcast.
What's your middle name?
Rebecca.
Is it?
Yes.
Why?
Pocahontas. When she converted to Christianity and married that settler.
John
John
Smith.
Rolfe. Oh, she did not marry John
Oh,
Smith.
she did.
Yeah.
She was just
John
banging him.
Rolfe.
No, Wolf. Thank you. That's why I didn't want to say his name because I wasn't sure.
History major. That's why I'm
So
here.
was she, was
Thank
she
you.
banging John Smith?
I don't think so. I think that
No,
was just
John
a
Wolf
Disney
from the
movie.
get, and then he made her his
Ah.
like wife, probably raped her a few times, and then he was like, "This is my wife now." They
You
made
need like
them
water or
convert
anything?
to Christianity, or I'm sure I'm butchering this, but then she changed her name to Rebecca Wolf, whatever the fuck her name was.
Nice.
Rolfe.
Rolf.
Yeah. He's the guy that John Rolfe. He's the guy that brought tobacco to the States. Well,
Oh, I
to the
didn't know
colonies
that.
at the time
Mm.
from
Thanks.
Spain. The
John,
more you know.
John Rolf.
The more you know.
So that's why my mom give me my middle name Rebecca.
That's why my mom.
My mom. We're
Okay.
very religious. We have to have a saint's middle name.
Okay, so tell the listeners what happened between you two.
I think.
Is this the first time you guys have hung out since then?
Yeah, I saw him at Thanksgiving Eve, and he was
Holy
already
shit.
I
fucked
was-
up.
yeah.
Oh,
You
this
were-
Thanksgiving Eve?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
already
he was. He's
fucked up.
blacked out.
We were here first.
We
I had a
were-
bottle of wine, like
Look
3
who's
drinks and
talking.
shit, and then got.
I was not
yeah.
blacked out. I was stone sober for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. You were fucked up though.
So-
Yeah, but yes.
Do I have to bring it up? Do I have to
No,
bring it up?
no, my mom. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. My mom's gonna hear
Sorry.
this. Mom. Anyways,
So we were.
Fuck, yo, couch. Fuck, yo, couch.
cocaine's a hell of a drug. All right, go
I
on.
didn't say it, you did.
Anyway, I don't know. I feel like we can't answer the question. Like you can't just.
Do you want
There's
me
some.
to?
There's some background.
Yeah,
to
do you
it.
want
me
There's
to?
some background.
I
to
think
it.
I should.
Allow me.
All right, let's let Will.
Yeah, I think.
Will is the guest.
Hmm.
Let's give you your chance, your moment to shine. We are grading you on this. So.
Well, from my perspective, this is how my story goes.
All right, no. Hold on.
Oh,
Let's not get up to the subjective parts because objectively, I think we're gonna have a very similar creation of a bond, if you will.
Are we starting from the very beginning? Is that what you're talking?
Let's go back. Go back.
Might
Start
as
it up.
well.
I don't know what's happening.
Keep it short, but start it from the get go.
I mean, it has to be I'm in 7th grade trying out
Whoa.
for JV soccer
Oh,
with
Jesus
Ryan.
Christ.
Oh,
That's
go
fine.
ahead. Keep
Ryan
going.
Towers.
Ryan Towers. We can say his name.
All right,
He was
all
a
right.
teacher.
Yeah.
He was my
Um,
dude too. Anyway,
So I try out for the JV soccer team, goalie, up and coming, didn't know what I was doing. Didn't make the team. He was just like the first day of preseason, during the summer, he was like, yeah, not a chance. Like, have fun on modified when the school when the school year starts. And I was like, all right, no problem. But like that was the first time I
Him?
like
No.
no the coach.
Okay.
That was probably the first time that we interacted, other than
I
like
think I was still nice back then too.
yeah, good guy Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Right? Anyway.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. After that, I mean, I was friends with like a lot of the people the grade older than me, in which you were also friends with. Sean Escaravage was.
I wish I had like a remote to zoom in right now.
Uh,
Which Will gifted us this amazing gift of him tonight. He didn't pass away, for those of
It
you
just
who are
looks
watching.
like he's dead.
moving on. I don't know. I honestly don't even know when
we had a similar friend group.
kind of yeah.
Kind of
Like
meshed.
I was always like friends with a lot of people older than me, and I think through those friends we kind of like a bigger friend group formed, and I started hanging out with you, Sean, and other people like not so much in high school, but really like once you graduated, I think we hung out more. And then my senior year, the people I was really like best friends with in high school, all like like 3 of them came to UAlbany or went to UAlbany, and so I kind of was like, oh, like let's catch back up, and I kind of was just like, sure, I'll go to Albany. Like I got accepted. I didn't get accepted many other places. I got into like Cortland and Iona, but it was
She went to Iona.
but it was still cheaper to go to SUNY Albany than it was to go to Iona.
Obviously,
with
yeah.
the money that they were giving me, and so I just kind of went to Albany and started hanging out with the people that I was like once friends with in high school, and it was like all good times.
Him
and
included, right?
Yeah. I was over at Kevin's house a lot. We hung out a lot when I was in high school, and
That's when the scumbag squad formed.
yeah. When you were at Duchess, we
Who was
hung
the
out
captain?
a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Oh no.
I always thought that we were
That would
like
be your sensei.
sorry. I always thought we were like really good friends, really close. Shared a lot of our like personal lives with one
Is
another.
he about to guilt trip
I
you?
think he is, but keep going.
No, not necessarily, because looking back, I'm very much about self-reflection, and as I've gotten older and matured, and I think that was very difficult and strenuous on our friendship. Was that
All right, we gotta get there first, though.
I was so young, and he was like much older than me. He was like 4 years older than me. He is 4 years older than me.
Hey, you fucking creep.
Wow.
What were you trying to like?
He's friends with a lot of younger
What
people.
were you doing?
Yeah.
You were
Go figure, me included.
you were grooming
Did you
this
get diddled
man
too?
to be your boyfriend? What was going
No,
on?
I mean by him.
What were you doing? What
'Cause I
did you do to him?
Touched him.
Where?
You got the doll?
Where didn't he?
Inside.
Show me on this doll.
Inside.
Where is this story going? I'm so intrigued.
Will and I were
You
good
had a
friends.
falling
It's a long
out.
story,
You had a
yeah.
falling out.
Very
Yes,
What
this
did you
is-
do,
This is the
Kevin?
reunite,
What did you do, Kevin?
It's true.
reignition.
Kevin.
To admission. I've been
What did you do,
admission.
Kevin?
It actually fits. No one else got that.
Well,
Wow.
so I think I should tell my side of that
Okay.
story first, because then there's much more from Kevin's side
All right,
that I
let's hear it.
didn't know about. So we were really good friends, and
My R. Kelly joke didn't land, but
I missed it. I'm sorry.
just want to
So upset about it.
Just want to no big
So
deal.
upset about it.
and now I'm up in Albany, my freshman year of college, and I'm going downtown to Quail Street to visit, Kevin and Joe D.
Others. Yeah, just others.
Just others, the people that lived in that apartment with Kevin off Quail Street. And, I thought all was swell and good times and like catching up like the old days now that he had been like kind of like removed, and now I'm up in college. And that's when we first met. We had the, random occurrence of
Yeah.
both being in exploration of space, which I think, I don't think I'd be here today if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Honestly, because like that's the only reason like we kind of like knew each other apart
Right.
from just Kevin.
Right.
And then everything happened with Kevin. So the Madden League starts 2015 into 16.
Yeah, we did a Madden, which is the football video game
Never heard of it.
league when we were in Albany, and it was like us 3 and like 4 or 5 other dudes, and like we actually had to like meet up to play. Like we weren't just playing online. Like
Matt made a schedule.
I made a
Yeah.
schedule. Everyone threw in $5.
Was it only 5? I thought it was more than that.
It was only
was.
$5.
Oh, okay.
And so we had to. I just figured this was kind of a big part of the story. We had to meet in person. It wasn't like we were playing over Xbox
Yeah,
Live.
yeah.
It was all part of like the experience, much like, you know, you're not gonna podcast with people on, you know, you do have, everyone's at the same place at the same time. So the games were scheduled, you know, one game would be in Matt's room of his apartment, and then one was in the living room. The day that the event happened, from what I remember, is that Matt and I were in his room playing the game. You were the Steelers, I was the Chiefs. I remember this vividly. It's really
You scarred this man.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we had to stay with the same team, so it's really not that impressive.
so.
You
and
remember what team I was? I didn't even remember what team I was.
You were the
I don't
Dolphins.
I don't remember what
You were the Dolphins.
I was the
Jesus
Dolphins.
Christ.
Yeah. Okay.
and
Oh.
and so
Oh, I was the Steelers because Le'Veon Bell was nasty in that game.
And so the issue was Jamal Charles was hurt that year. And the Chiefs were like really good. It was Alex Smith, Jamal Charles, way before Patrick Mahomes, obviously, and the new Chiefs. The game was like ready to start, and like I was out in the living room for whatever reason, like seeing like how your game was starting or you were already playing or something like that. And Matt comes out. Oh, well, there was this big debate in the group chat, right? Of are we allowed to use injured rosters or injured players on our team? So like Jamal Charles went down with like an ACL tear, so he was out for the year.
After we started the league?
After we started.
Okay.
So Kevin was on the side of not wanting injured players allowed to be used in the Madden League. Like in real life, they're injured, so you shouldn't be able to use them. And I was like, no, like let me use Jamal Charles. He's just like on the active roster. Like
Fucking loser.
it had to be like a under 85 overall team, and I might have been like an 84. And then like Jamal Charles in the backup was terrible back then. And so I was really I was like really fighting for like let me use Jamal Charles. Like he's like my only offense really because they didn't have wide receivers back then. And Alex Smith.
I'm curious
sucks.
what the commissioner ended up saying, but
Well, I don't even remember because this whole thing happened.
yeah,
So
I don't remember any of this either.
So you come out into the living room before our game was about to start. Matt, you come out into the living room and you take your sweatshirt off and you rip a scab open on your elbow and you go, fuck, you scream like really loud.
Oh, like by mistake.
Yeah, like by accident. And I go, hey, Kevin, because you're sitting in the living room. I'm like, hey, Kevin, is
I was
Matt
playing
not
Dylan. I was playing Dylan.
Oh, wow, it's coming back to him. I'm jogging his
No, I
memory.
remember this part.
You take your sweatshirt off and you're screaming and I go.
That's part of the reason Kevin was already in a bad mood.
Yeah, probably.
He was playing Dylan.
I go, Kevin, is Matt not allowed to play our Madden game now because he's injured? And you just bursted. It was like
He
the
lost
straw
it.
that
No,
broke the camel's
I
back.
got up and left.
Kevin's
Yeah,
like,
and
went
you
home.
actually left.
I went home. I said, I'm not doing
This
this.
little
right now.
Kevin's like, I'm the
baby.
passive aggressive guy, not you.
Yeah.
And so
That
so
was my
for me,
spotlight.
that caught me completely off guard. Like Kevin was always the guy that was like poking jokes, making fun of you. And as you said
Now
on the
it's
last
kind of come
podcast,
back to
Pushing
me.
I
too.
make fun of my
buttons.
friends. It's not bullying. Like I'm like you
No,
know like you
it's-
know where to get people and
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I felt. That's how I thought our relationship was because I've always been like a really funny guy. You know, like trying to take the attention away in the classroom or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being the center of attention. Like I won, you know, best personality, whatever, high school superlative,
You have to tell us we're the class clowns. And you, right?
and best school spirit I got.
Impressive.
Prom king, and so and so I.
Oh, wait, I meant this. Nope, let's play this one.
There you go.
These top three I'll never get used to.
And so I was really like what just happened? Like that was like insane. Like I'd never seen Kevin react like that. Like Kevin was always the
I
guy
kind of remember this now.
cracking jokes and like poking fun at people, and I always just like ate.
He's getting mad.
I always just
When
like.
the bully becomes the bullied.
And I always just like ate that shit up. It was just like that's our relationship. Like we make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Like he's older, I'm younger, and like that was our dynamic or whatever the case might be. Especially when we were up there.
Yeah.
Come to find out, like 4 years later, there's all this underlying like issues, and I had talked to you maybe one time after that because I had brought my PS2 or 3 controllers over to your apartment in like a plastic bag so that we could play. What's that game? Kingdom of
No, Castle Crashers.
that, and because remember that one night I was like really
Yep.
off the record, inflated with
The joy.
was running experiments on me.
That could mean two things, I
flag
feel
that.
like.
Get that name out of there.
I feel like that could mean two things, though.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Inflated?
Oh, please.
Leave it.
And so I just like had texted you, like it was like a week or two maybe after that, and I had borrowed a iPhone charging block from you or something like that, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna give you your stuff back. Like, hey, can I just like come grab my PlayStation controllers. And so I'm walking my sorry ass across campus to hop on the CDTA 12 bus downtown to Albany and hop on the bus, swipe my little SUNY Albany card, sit on the back of the bus like a little like scared kitten.
Why's it got to be the back of the bus? Back of the bus.
'Cause I'm all about equality. You know what I mean? Like
Totally
let the people, you know. And so
What people?
You people.
the disabled people,
Oh, okay.
the handicapped people that need to like be in the front of the bus to get off.
I save.
I'm a veteran, and so I'm going downtown, and I go and I text him and said, "Here." He comes down, he hands me the bag, I hand him the block, and just closes the door, and I turn away, and I go and stand at the bus stop for the next half hour, waiting for the next one to come back.
That last part literally sounds like a couple like that broke up. Like
Yeah.
here's your
That's
stuff.
what it was, but
Here's
that's
your
really
stuff
like we had
back.
such a close relationship. Things we were talking
Good job,
about
Kevin.
off the
fucking
record.
asshole.
Things we were talking
Can't wait
about.
to hear his.
Yeah,
story.
right.
Yeah, right.
Me too. Because I never knew that there were all these issues underlying all this time, or however whatever Kevin's story is. And so I was
Heartbroken. Left
yeah,
at the bus stop.
I was just so confused, and I kind of explained, all that I had to tell other people of like what had happened was, yeah, Kevin freaked out when I made this like joke at Matt's apartment. Like that's all I had, because I didn't know of anything else.
Oh,
So that-
by myself. Don't wanna be. All right, Kevin.
So that was pretty much that's my side and everything that.
Love to hear
I
Kevin's
know.
side of this sorry story.
Me too.
Close.
Nice.
So the day of the Madden League,
Mm-hmm.
everything, I'm going to leave everything up till that point. It was pretty good. The day of the Madden League, your game, I think, had finished because the two of you were sitting behind Dylan and I for like close to a half an hour. Like we were almost done with our game, and I was losing to Dylan, and I was pissed. I was bad at Madden, but I was pissed. I was like, there's no way this fucking Neanderthal is going to beat me at anything. Like, what the fuck?
Dylon?
Yeah. Yeah. So the whole time, like the entire time of my game, Will's just talking shit. Just so much shit. I was like, all right, Will. And I just, all right, dude. And then it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to lose to Dylan, and my pride hurts, and I can't do this. And then he said the comment about Matt and the scab, and I went, I'm fucking leaving. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going home. So I got up, grabbed my shit.
I
went
gotta
home.
admit that was pretty good though. The scab comment that was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, in retrospect. There was something else that I wanted to correct the record.
I'm gonna let this one
So
play.
you-
Oh, no. It was when you texted me, and we're like, oh, yeah, can I get my PlayStation? You didn't say, like, hey, man, like, I really need my PlayStation. You were like, yeah, well, like, I'm really going to need those back. And it was like this fucking bullshit fucking text that I was like, this dude's serious. Like, he's serious. So I said, all right, fuck you, I'm giving your shit back. Get the fuck out of here. But
Again, this is their
The-
first time hanging out since then, guys. For everyone listening. and
besides our
watching.
drunk run-in, whenever that was,
You were drunk. I wasn't. I was driving that night.
my drunk run-in with sober Will.
I'm waiting
But-
for the
but-
part
but-
for your side of the story where it like gets good.
Well, here it is.
Cause like so
Wait, no
far
more.
you just like have a sore pussy about losing
No,
a
no,
video
no, no.
game. Okay.
Wait,
So
no
it's
more.
gonna get better. Okay.
It will.
Good.
The friendship with Will from about day 6, I'll give you 6 good days until that time, was work. It was Will had his issues, and I think we can, right?
Oh, I
Self-esteem and
I
shit,
certainly had issues,
all-time
absolutely.
low. So it was like a project, which was fine until it got to the point where Will was doing this. I'm shitty and everybody needs to feel bad for me so that I feel as though I have some validation thing. And when that went on for like a year and a half of like, Will, you gotta stop, dude. Like this shit's getting old. It was just getting to the point where like, all right, we don't want to be around this anymore. Like you're bringing everybody down. So he had some maturing he had to do that wasn't happening. But so he'd show up.
Well, I mean, granted, this is someone that's 4 years younger than you.
Yeah.
Also, you have to remember that.
Yeah. And I mean, mentally we were probably at about the same level because I'm like a 6-year-old still. Well, see, now you ruined my train of thought,
Sorry.
Mel.
self-improvement wasn't happening, growth.
All right, we
It
don't need
was
to-
not-
we don't
it's
need-
not even-
Whoa.
I don't know.
It's
were
not
further- we
even
were
Where are
past
you
that. We were-
going with this?
It was that the work that it was taking to maintain a friendship with Will became not worth hanging out with him when it was the whole time. It was just Jesus fucking
So like
Christ. here we
you're
go
like a
again.
freshman in college and you're like a senior.
It was my senior year in
But-
college, but before that too.
Okay,
It was like your ever
that's a
since
big
your
age
prom.
gap. That's a
It
big
was
age
when
gap.
it started with your prom
That's a big age gap.
because of your tweet. If you remember afterwards,
No, I don't.
my boy Will got his noodle wet, and
No, I didn't.
yes, it was somebody's prom, and then you tweeted and said, "Oh, I lost my virginity now."
That wasn't
it was
after prom.
prom.
That was
Maybe
the
it was-
end of my junior year into my
Okay,
senior
so
year.
it wasn't prom, whatever. That night,
Oh.
and then you started texting us, and we were like, "Will, dude, good for you." And then
So
for like
what? This
no,
man-
that's
this
fine.
man
But then
is
for like
excited.
3
You have-
months,
Kevin's like a
Kevin,
senior in college.
I'm never gonna side with this man because like you just have to put yourself like someone that's 4 years younger than you. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying, hey, how dare you be excited for getting your fucking
No, of course not,
noodle
but
wet in a
yeah.
moist hole or something. Like, that's not what I'm saying.
No, yeah.
It's more like a hot dog in a hallway, but sure.
Yeah, moist hole.
And her name was
No.
we're not gonna we're not gonna do that.
Easy, Cameron.
It was Cameron Thomas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's cut that out.
But no, it was like, so that was like what that became Will's whole thing. His shtick for months was like, well, I got laid, which is like fine, but he didn't do anything else ever. But fucking, I don't know, it's just bullshit like that.
I think that's I think that's really interesting because like I had no idea that was
See why communication is key, people.
so
You just
like I
gotta
didn't
talk to
know
your
that
friends. You
like,
just gotta
that
tell
was
them, hey,
my shtick was
you're being fucking annoying.
Well, I
Just
guess
tell
that's
them.
not like not necessarily accurate for the whole time. But like it's shit like that. Like you got so held up on these little things.
But
Whether
they're
they're positives.
milestones
No,
for
no,
someone of
because
that
it wasn't just the positives. It would be like,
well I
mean,
know,
I
I know
don't-
what negative you're talking about.
yeah.
I know that and I look at that and I was just like that's like really like I should have gotten over myself with that. And I think that was
See, he
really
knows. I'm trying to kind of censor myself. There's some shit.
He doesn't
Yeah,
want to
that-
talk about it.
It's a little
well,
personal.
I don't care, but I think mentioning names and stuff like that, I think that was really a big part of it. That was like in between, like the start of our friendship and then like in Albany, and I think like the weight that
Are you talking
carried,
about a friend or a girlfriend?
both,
See?
but lack thereover of
yeah, it was
of the latter.
both and neither.
See?
Both and
like,
neither.
I just
But
think
see, I
about
think
like
that's really
how I
interesting.
would. I don't know. I'm siding
Will
with this
was
man.
work.
Oh,
I
thank
don't
you.
care. That's your friend. That's your friend
No.
that's 4 years younger than you. You're supposed to be like they look up to you. Like you're supposed to be guiding them to like make good decisions.
Have
and
you met my friends? You don't think it's work to be friends with my fucking
the
friends?
fuck?
What are you
These motherfuckers
shitting
are
me?
fingering each other's assholes when we were like 20 years old. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
That's a little weird. But at the same time, I also wasn't at the point where I was like, I'm putting myself into other people. I was like, well, fuck all of you. I have my own shit to figure out. So,
Are you gonna go on the record about that?
on the record about.
So it wasn't. So it
Yo.
wasn't just a video
Yo,
game.
I don't like it. Yo.
So I'm still waiting for the
Yo, I
moment.
see you.
I'm still waiting for the moment where he makes the joke about the
see
video
you.
game. I'm thinking like maybe your
Yo.
grandma died that day and you stormed out.
No, there was
Girl's
a lot
not
of
even off
shit.
the wine tonight.
or
She's
it's
trying to
just like he
some
said a
name drops.
funny joke about the game and you got sad and left.
There was like a lot of shit going on with me at that point.
Okay,
That
that's fair.
I don't know if I may not have even told any of these guys. Like I was just kind of like doing my own shit going on. But it was like that was at the point where I'm like, all right, I don't want to deal with this
Yeah.
anymore. So that's when the work outweighed the award of the friendship, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that makes sense.
I completely agree. I mean, I think that looking back and on, everything that I was probably trying to like go through and I've been through my own thing, but I don't think our friendship was a lot of like
Oh, sorry.
helping you with or being there for you. It was like, let me like pour all my shit onto you, and that was a lot of that. It wasn't like dealing with my own shit. Like you had to deal when you hung out with me. It was like dealing with my shit, and it was like not that it wasn't about you, but that it was all about me. in a sense. Like, and I see that and I understand that now. But at the time, I guess I just didn't think about it. It was like, it's really
Fuck
interesting
Kevin.
hearing it back, and I'm glad we're here today to.
Sorry.
No, it's great. I love it.
You get the point, guys.
Why can't we
Yeah, I got the point.
friends? Why can't we
but no, I
be
think-
friends?
I think that's right. I think you and I were in similar situations in a lot of ways too, where you had to do your own shit, I had to do my own shit. It didn't mesh.
Oh,
But
I'm still
I
dealing
never
with my
had-
own shit.
I'm just
I never had
not,
any. Ready for this?
I'm just not
any
vibing with this side of the story.
Ill will towards you.
I'm
Never
just-
wished any
I'm just
ill will.
Not yes.
That would be a good rap name if you ever take a.
What, Mel? You have sex on name dropping?
No,
anyone,
no,
you
no, no. I'm just
motherfucker?
not seeing where Kevin is redeemed by this
fucking-
story.
Mel's fucking.
I feel like you overreacted to a joke, and
Probably, but there was more to it than a joke.
then you
It
guys
was-
never communicated after that as to what was upsetting both parties or what was upsetting you, and then y'all let
Mel.
five years pass.
Well, I think there was a lack of communication beforehand where I didn't
Yes.
understand,
Shit.
his side that he's mentioned here today.
Mhm.
I had no recollection or inkling of that
Yeah.
before that moment had happened. So everything that I had said like afterwards to anybody else
It was just
about
like
like why I'm
I
not
said a
friends with
joke.
Kevin
Yeah.
is I said a joke and like Kevin didn't like that. It was like I made a joke and
Yeah.
it was about Kevin and Kevin didn't like that. That was like that's why I'm not friends with Kevin White
Yeah.
anymore.
And we'll be right back on this episode of Dr. Phil after
Yeah, right.
Maury
after
Povich.
this message.
This is like the fucking what's it called? The Will Smith's wife's red table talk or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Jada.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
I've never seen it.
Good.
I don't know.
It's good. You should tune in.
So the it's squashed though, right?
Yeah, we're cool at the bar, I think.
Well, yeah, you were pretty drunk, but I figured like I mean
Oh,
If you
and
were-
we played ball a couple months ago.
we did play that. It was over a year.
No,
It was
He's
like
like a
last,
couple months
it was
ago.
like last winter break.
wasn't it this winter break?
No, we have not. I have not played with.
He
you
doesn't
yet.
have a-
No,
he
it
doesn't
was the
have a-
night- It was the night I fucked
He
up
doesn't
my
have a
thumb.
winter break.
That might have
anymore.
been like maybe like the first week. No, that was last year, dude.
Holy shit, it was because I
That was
drove to my
last
old
year.
apartment. Yeah, you're right.
And,
Well, anyway, we had a mean pick and roll game going
we
on.
did, and you loved it, and you were like, "Damn it, I hate that."
Yeah, you're right.
So it wasn't squashed then.
Well, it was, but it wasn't. I mean, like I've.
Well,
you
we
know
hadn't
me.
we hadn't communicated, so it was just like, I don't know. At that point, you're just kind of like, I remember you walking into the gym and like, "Fuck, Kevin's here," and it was like I didn't like not
I
go up
say
to
that
him.
it's funny. I say that every time he walks through those fucking doors.
You know,
All right, fuck this. I'm going.
I went up to him and
take your money.
Yeah.
Take your money. Here's your money back.
I went up to him and I shook his hand. And I was like, "Hey, like, how you doing, dude? Like, it's long time no see." And played some basketball. We got on the same team together, and the rest is history.
We ran it too.
We did.
We did.
And then you blew out your thumb and left immediately.
Yeah, that dude. I still have problems with that.
Do you
fucking
really?
thumb, Yeah.
Owen McCarty still has problems with his thumb. One time I was at his house and he tried to like eat me. Pauling term there. Picking that up for the
Reference.
podcast. And he like actually like I think he like hurt a tendon or like a ligament in his thumb.
Doing
And
that?
Yeah, and he still has like issues with it.
Oh, tell him he's got to take some lessons from us.
Yeah.
Dog's gonna slaughter Mel.
To the first gate, like he somehow got around the other one.
Really?
Now he's right at that gate.
Oh, really?
I was like, yo.
Oh shit! How the fuck did that
first gate. I
happen?
don't know how he did it.
Is the gate knocked over?
I didn't even look. I just got out.
Oh shit!
When I went to the bathroom, he waited till I had the door closed till I started barking. But then when I came out, I was like, oh, he's right there.
Yikes! Sorry.
Like lambs
3?
to the slaughter.
Oh yeah, same thing. Sorry.
Yeah, see, that's why I had to be specific with you
I'm
about.
allergic to dogs.
Pacific?
So and like
Why are you here?
I've been like listening and I'm like, yes, like dogs are not in the studio. Like I'm good.
Well,
It's like a scratchy. Well, not.
Well, they come through here.
Oh,
Are you gonna like break out in a hive?
I just die on live
No,
on
it's
Yikers
dogs,
Island.
not fucking peanuts.
Wait,
Will
how-
has
Sure,
it.
I'm definitely allergic to peanuts.
But how are you allergic
Yeah.
though?
Huh.
With dogs? Just like watery eyes, scratchy eyes. Like
Are you really allergic to peanuts too?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like
if I
how?
ingest,
Oh,
not
okay.
in
I
the
was
not
gonna
in
say,
the
there's
environment.
peanuts right there. And my dad was eating them right before you got in here.
I shook his hand.
It's a
Make
good
sure I
thing.
don't suck on my fingers later.
Yeah. I'm never washing this again.
You know, it's
I
a good
touched
thing,
Greg's hand.
It's a good thing we're on better terms because I would have put some peanuts on that chair if we weren't.
Well, I'm not gonna like shove them up my ass.
I
but-
would.
But I think we're good now, and I think I've matured a lot. Sorry to get back into it,
No,
but
I'm just
No,
staring
no,
at
she just.
Kevin.
I don't know what she's doing with the mic. I don't know if she headbutted it.
Breathing.
Or,
I was like
It's
breathing
like the
into it.
12th time.
but I think I've matured, and I think it's for me definitely a learning experience and self-reflection. And I definitely was a real scumbag. I mean, I'm a scumbag. I'm from fucking Wingdale, so it's like, you know what I mean. It's
But
just
you're not from Dover.
but I'm not from Dover.
That's-
I'm a,
dude, that's
I'm a
what-
Wingdale scumbag.
It's funny when he came in. You were in the apartment still, and I introduced my dad to him, and I was like, yeah, he's from Dover also, and he's like, no, Wingdale. Like he cut me off. I was like, yo, you Dover people really are ashamed of that shit, huh? Because I was telling Will that like even you, since you moved to Pauling, you were like, yeah, those fucking
from
Wingdale
Pauling.
and Dover
Like,
people.
yeah. I feel like Borat. You know, he's like, oh, King of the Castle. King of the Castle. That's me now.
You'll always be from Dover, Kevin.
Fuck you, Melanie. Melanie Rebecca. Melanie Rebecca Pocahontas.
Thank you.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
So, did you vote in the poll today? Did either of you vote?
It's like 3 people that voted in my fucking poll. I'm so mad. Like,
What
how
do
do
you
you
think?
view a story
on
and
Instagram. I thought you were talking about like
Yeah,
the
I'm
Democratic
referring to-
primaries or something
I'm
like
referring to the upcoming bout between the defending MMFC champ, Dylan Dilano, and he's taken on his opponent was announced on the last podcast. His opponent this year is
I
going
have-
to be Thomas Klinger.
6 votes for Klinger and 2 votes for Dylon, but 1 is a bot, so I wouldn't even count that one other vote for Dylan.
that. So before listening to the promo podcast, that was number 26.
I just don't get
Yes. Yes.
Before listening to that, I was on Instagram. I was doing both at the same time or whatever. And before hearing you say that you think Klinger has the advantage, I did vote for Klinger.
was just
His
curious.
time and the dynamic between Mel and Klinger on this podcast is just absolutely electric. And I said that earlier about your parents being on the podcast. Just
I'm just waiting for
Mel
Thomas
Klinger.
to propose, but he's just not going to do it.
yikes.
Anyway.
Those would be the dumbest motherfucking babies. Not
What do you mean? I'm a fucking
Not
genius.
you. I'm pretty sure his genes would override.
You really want to be Melanie Klinger, Steinenbergenman?
It's just Klinger.
Anyway, so you
My
got
kids will not
Klinger.
be Jewish.
Who do you have?
Oh.
Who do you have?
Klinger.
Obviously, it's considering considering you want it to be your husband. Anyway, first time I'm hearing that. Breaking
MMFC
news.
to Will versus Kevin.
Kevin,
All right, you got to drop
Jack
like one
versus
fucking
Will.
60.
Loser apologizes.
I like that.
Loser accepts the blame.
I've never been in a physical altercation in my life.
Me neither.
So I think it'd be just absolutely, I mean, I don't know if, the podcast knows, but I have Fitness Meyer out there. It's an Instagram page, less
Plug.
than 100 followers. Really not doing well right now.
On
it's
what?
really
On
meant
what platform?
Instagram, of course. Also, can I plug something else real quick?
Yeah.
I'm going to show it right in the middle, right? I got a little Knicks fan page going. It's called Late Stint with the Knicks, posting some throwback Knicks because the current Knicks are just pretty
The
trash.
New York Knicks?
Yeah. Late Stint with the Knicks.
What other Knicks do you
Oh, no.
know?
I thought he's like NIX or something. I was like, what the
Oh.
fuck is Knicks? Like, no, the Knicks, yes.
Yeah, Nikki Nix is his porn name.
That's why I was like, what profile is this? Something in my eye.
I run it
The
with
Knicks are terrible.
I run it with a buddy I have from nursery school. Still friends to this day. We got 750 followers
Is
on
he a
the up and
scumbag
up.
from Dover, too?
Oh, absolutely. We're all scumbags. At the end of the day, we put our heads on the pillow and we go. As long as we're not as scumbag as some of the other people in town, it's like we had a good day. You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
like I want to have a
it's a measure.
conversation afterwards about some people I know from the area that I feel like you guys would be able to give me like the scoop on, but obviously
All right,
not on
I'm
the
gonna
record.
write these things down.
There's some people. Well, I think he lived in Dover, but he went to Millbrook, and I feel like now you know who I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah,
but
let's not do that.
Anyway,
Let's not do that.
anywho,
Who do you got, Kevin?
So I've been trying to stay neutral. I did accidentally vote for Klinger today because I was trying to just
yeah, you did.
tap through Melanie's vote because I was like, I'm gonna, stay. I feel like I can't have a person with us
Yeah.
commentating.
Sponsoring
Yeah,
it?
we should
Yeah.
probably not.
Remain
Um,
unbiased.
So I guess we have to take that vote too off Klinger. So it's 1-4.
So he voted, the Yikers Island podcast page voted, and you voted, and Will voted. So like, there's
Well-
actually only 2 outside parties. That
And you should
fucking
probably
voted.
take the Yikers Island.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did, yeah.
There's only like, I swear to God, like 200 people saw the story,
to
and they
God.
probably all just clicked through it because 2 people
Well,
that I don't
my-
even know voted for Dylan. Like I
Actually,
don't even know who they don't follow me.
Let me bring up the Twitter results right now because I put one on Twitter.
Yeah, that's
too.
probably better. And I had someone that I work with, Thomas Klinger voted for himself, and someone I went to
Nice.
work with voted for Klinger, even though they have no idea who he is.
So we got 11 votes on Twitter, 73%
Fuck
Klinger.
these people.
And then, let's see, on Instagram, I'll check my Instagram first. My Instagram, we got
Yeah, no one fucking voted. People.
we
piece of
got
shit.
13 votes for Klinger and 3 votes for Dylon on my Instagram. No, I'm sorry, that's the podcast Instagram.
Wow, Dylan's getting no
Dylan's getting
love.
slaughtered.
Dylan's
No
gonna
love.
be a big underdog.
Yeah,
going
yeah.
for-
I
going-
think that Dylan might actually win, but I'm still hoping that Klinger does something.
If he does, it's because he's taking it
That-
seriously.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then on my Instagram, got 19 votes for Klinger and 7 for Dylon.
Wow.
So Klinger is the.
But what was your Twitter? Did you pull up the Twitter poll?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it's Klinger.
11
Oh.
votes and
3
70.
They're not gonna come over.
They're not.
here.
Yeah, they won't come over here.
So Klinger, okay.
Yeah, so Klinger's the heavy favorite as of right now.
Do people know it's like not based on personality? It's like actually based on like who's gonna fucking beat the shit out of
I don't
somebody.
know. Are you
Oh,
trying to say
wow.
that Dylan has a shitty personality? What are you trying to say,
No.
Mel? What are you trying to say, Mel?
No, I'm just saying Klinger's like funny, stupid, like says whatever. Like,
Well, what do you
like
think
they're gonna
about
actually
Dylan?
fight. Dylan's funny too.
Oh.
All right, you guys block me out.
Just be better, Melanie.
No,
Just
you
be
be better.
You know, we expect more from you.
I'm trying.
Fuck up.
You're the voice of reason on the podcast, you know?
The voice of
Yeah, how
something
the
on this
fuck did that
podcast.
happen?
Are you drooling right now?
Yeah.
Inside.
I asked him like
What the
3.
fuck is that?
I asked him like 7
brought some
episodes
notes,
ago
just
if
in
we
case.
could
Did you get
jewel.
to any of them yet?
No, I haven't
Oh.
said a word.
Oh, well, let's hear what you got on there.
What do you want to talk about?
Today on the New York Post, they posted a Olivet,
Oh my
some ruling on the
God.
Olivet $35 million
See, I get nervous talking
laundering
about
scandal.
this shit.
Why? What do you mean they're gonna like come after us?
Olivet
They're
is
getting
in-
sued. They're a fake establishment.
Money, it's just money laundering.
They're
that's
fucking
all it is.
tax fraud
he's
up the
allergic.
ass.
So,
I'm okay. Trust me. It's
anyway, what were you saying?
Olivet is engaged in human trafficking.
whoa.
Really?
Wait,
Okay,
that's a
that's
hot
a
take.
that's a
I
broad
don't
statement to
like
make.
that.
Sorry.
I'm standing by this.
I don't
Alright.
think they're human trafficking.
No, listen
I
to
think
this.
that
Alright,
they're
listen to
definitely
this,
doing
listen to
something
this, listen to this.
illegal.
I'm in the gym, right? I'm
At World
talking-
Gym?
Yes, and I'm talking to one of my buddies, 2 of my buddies, and we're mid-conversation, and this other guy walks in. And he walks in, and all I said was, yeah, my friend used to work there, and he said they have, like, rooms upon rooms just full of servers. And the guy just, like, puts his bag down and, like, turns and goes, you're talking about Olivet. And I'm like, oh, so this guy knows. So I'm like, yeah, like, how'd you know? So this dude claimed to have worked for, like, the water treatment plant across the street. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. And we're like, how bad? And he's like, well, it's if it's true, it's worse than what you can imagine. And we're like, oh shit! Like, all right, let's hear it. So this guy said he had to quit that job because if he had gotten tangled up in any of it, there were chances he could lose his town, county, and state licenses to do his job. So we're like talking to him, and he said that. So the FBI's been there like a couple times. They seized servers and
Yes.
stuff. That's how they got busted with the money laundering through the Newsweek and whatever. So he was there the first time, and he said like they showed up, and all of a sudden all these Olivet officials are flying around from all the buildings, loading vans and trucks just full of like computers and shit, and just leaving, just bouncing. So then he tells us like, yeah, from what I've been told, the FBI isn't just after this money laundering thing, but they're also investigating human trafficking. Oh fuck! So like that was where that rumor kind of started for me. Fast forward a couple months, and I'm talking to a friend of mine who is an official in an organization that's around here and pretty serious. Like it's, cool thing. So I go to him and I'm like, hey, dude, you got the goods. Like you got the intel. And he's like, yeah. But I can't really say anything until I know whether it's true or not. And I went, human trafficking? And he went fucking nuts. And he's like, how did you know? Who told you? So even he's like on it. And like in the times he's been there, like he said, there were a couple British girls, and he like heard their accent. He's like, why are you here? Like this is an entire Korean theology school. So we like pulled them aside and was like, why are you here? Be honest with me. And they were like, oh no, like they were weird. But they're like, no, we're fine. And he was like, tell me now. Like the cops are right there. And they're like, no. We're okay. But they're like being super weird about it. So we told the cops, like, just, keep an eye on them and let's try to figure this out. Like, there's some shit going on.
It's not a fucking school, though. Like,
It's
it's not a school. It's empty.
I don't see
old
people walking around there ever. That's why I'm like, what? And I think they're also in trouble with, like, not OSHA, but, like, they lied about saying that the classrooms were, like, fit for people to be in, and then they actually went there, and they're like, there's fucking asbestos and black mold everywhere.
Been there for
So the whole thing is just a front, right?
Well,
it's a front for something.
Money laundering.
Yeah.
They got
million.
They're trying to get, like, nonprofit exemption and shit, and they're like, not
don't pay
a real
taxes.
school, so they're like, you can't be a nonprofit. What are you even doing?
They're like a Catholic school, so they don't pay taxes.
Yeah, but
in
it's
the
weird.
town.
But yeah, I don't fucking understand any of that shit.
That's what got him in trouble the first time was the asbestos.
Yes,
They
the asbestos.
They hired
Knock
some
these
private
fucking-
contractors
To lie and say that the things were good, yeah.
So they're throwing it out in dumpsters and shit too.
Fucking idiots.
So then they got in trouble, got fined, hired a new company, and they like don't pay anybody for the work they do. So when I was still working at the hardware store, this guy comes in and he told me that he was the one that was doing it after they got busted, and they didn't pay him for like a year. So his business went under because he couldn't pay his guys. And he said they showed up, I think it was like 11 months or something after they were supposed to pay. They showed up at his house at like midnight on a Sunday night. And he said he like wakes up, hears someone knocking on the door, opens it, and it's like all these Korean dudes with a check, and they just handed it to him. And they're like, so we need you back tomorrow morning at 8. And he went, fuck you, get off my lawn. Like, get out of here. So they're scum. My dad's company did a bunch of work for him.
Really?
They didn't get paid for like, I forget, a little over a
Yeah,
year or
as
something.
soon as I saw that somebody was buying that, I was like, okay, they're going to fucking tear everything down. And then when nothing changed, I was like, who is here? Like, who is in these fucking haunted-ass, fucking dilapidated buildings? Like, you're going to tell me you're running any sort of school, any business out of these buildings? Like, what the fuck? All I see is that security car parked there every time I drive around there. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's the other thing too.
Thank you.
I parked over by the train station once to just get a belt from one of my friends.
Sorry.
Asbestos for the rest of us during the festivals.
Is that Cameron? Yeah, it is.
For the rest of us. Asbestos.
Sorry, I was the whole time after we said asbestos, I was trying to pull that up.
Fucking weird, man.
True story.
But so I'm at the train station. I'm just like giving my friend a belt or something that I used. I forget.
To beat up. Anyway, go on.
So we literally park by the train station. I get out. I'm handing him this belt. We're just talking because I haven't seen him in like a month. The security guard from across the street blows through a red light, flies up, and he's like, slides to us pretty much. And he's like, you can't be here. This is private property. And I'm like,
MTA, private property?
What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. So then he's like giving us a bunch of shit. I'm like, listen, I'm handing him a belt. We're chatting. Just relax here. So he's like, all right. Pulls around, turns, stops, and he just watches us.
And
we're literally just sitting there for like 30 seconds
talking. Is he
talking.
Korean?
No.
Okay.
No, I know the guy, actually. He doesn't know I know him, but I know him. My dad knows him.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a front for something.
Something's going on.
Some local news.
Yeah.
The more you know.
going on? What else you got there?
I've
That
got
was
some
good.
moral dilemmas, and it was actually really funny when I was like, kind of like the question that you ask each of your guests. You know,
Oh, we never asked him.
you didn't.
You can ask him
This,
now.
this is where you come in.
Will, you already know what's coming, so the presentation doesn't
He's
matter.
flipping to his
Never mind.
answer.
This is-
I was
I'm
thinking about
annoyed.
it.
I'm annoyed that the presentation of this question is really not that important.
At least
now.
he came prepared.
So you're 2 inches into your mom. Your dad's 2 inches into you.
Oh, I
Which
thought
way do
you
you
were gonna
go?
ask him something else.
No.
I thought you were gonna ask him what the first time he beat off.
Oh no. We haven't done that in a while.
Okay. Anyways.
So
Well, to answer the question, 2 inches in my mom, I really probably shouldn't be saying this, but that's okay. 2 inches in my dad. Like I said, this thing blows up. I got the third chair.
You got it.
It's in writing. it's live in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. He marks it.
Kidding.
My dad probably erectile dysfunction. Probably
no.
If we're thinking
We
about
don't.
it.
Your dad is rock hard in your
No.
asshole.
That's not the prompt.
Well, you don't get to come in here and set the standards on our question, all right? So
You don't get to set the standards for my dad's ability to perform.
in this theoretical question, your dad has a rock hard fucking cock in your ass.
Whoever put you into this saw situation also slipped your dad a Viagra or two.
One
And
of those
you are also
gas station
rock
pills.
hard. No one's getting
Oh wow,
out of
that's
this.
a new thing.
Oh.
What?
Oh wait, no, you have to be obviously. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Which way are you sliding?
the piece that I'm working with can't be anything much bigger than what my dad's working with. So I'm,
You're going
honestly,
back.
I think I'm going back because it's honestly probably not much more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I'm already pretty
Yes.
much at maximum penetration that way. So it's just like,
Well, you have to slide at least 2 inches.
I
So
don't
I
know.
guess-
What if I don't have 2 inches? John Mayer's
Well,
got a big
if
gut.
he doesn't have 2 inches, yeah, I guess you're kind of stuck. You have to go forward.
All right, well then there you go.
Yeah, but what
I
if he
answered
can't
that
go 2
question.
more inches
Right.
either?
Then
True,
you are
very
He's stuck in the middle.
I'm very close to
It's a
capacity.
perpetual
there.
cycle of you and your parents.
Oh,
I'm
my
just
God.
not moving. I'm right
You
in the middle.
have to
I'm
bust
2
at
in,
that
2
point.
out.
No.
You've got to bust.
Yeah,
and soften
that's
up.
the only way to get
so
out.
I
Yeah.
can?
You can bust in your mom.
Oh wait, let's stop it there. Let's move on. All right, this is
Is your mom gonna listen to this? Because my mom is.
my mom got like a touch screen cell phone like
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. Like
Okay.
it's a track phone.
Okay.
No.
Good.
Anyway, all right, what's next?
Shout out to all the parents that have listened to us, as in
Annette.
Dad, Michael.
And Frank.
Frank.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's good.
We could probably say his name. I don't think he'll care.
yeah.
We didn't say anything bad.
the
pertaining
department
to his
might
name,
care.
so- Wow, that's really awkward. You know, I just had some beers with him last night. And now he's
Really?
going to be listening to this about Will busting a nut in his mom.
Well, he's
All right.
already listened to you say other crazy shit. So
That's true, yeah. About some of his ex-coworkers, too. So, Frank, sorry. Thank you for those beers last night.
Jesus Christ.
So I've got a moral dilemma here,
Thanks for the
right?
invite.
It's like a
Is this a philosophy question?
yeah, kind of.
Okay.
There's like a philosophical principle that follows along with
Mhm.
it.
What is he, the fucking host now? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I just like to
I'm
come
totally
prepared. I
kidding.
don't want to be a schlump
No,
just sitting
no,
here.
I
I
appreciate
didn't think that Kevin and I's falling out
Would take 30 minutes.
would last
No,
I'm
totally
hours on
We're
kidding.
end.
only an hour and 17 in. Like, we're really not even
I
that
feel
far.
like I've been here for 3 hours,
Yeah,
so
it
it
does.
just tells you
Yeah.
that this
Long
is
one.
just like a movie. It's a real life experience coming to life. Death Secret. All right, that's title for it. You're
You came up with this by yourself?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that smart.
Okay.
You're forced to choose between learning when and how you die. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you know when you're gonna die and how you're gonna die, or when and how your loved ones will die. You cannot share the information with them. What do you choose?
Either
Loved
way.
ones.
Either way.
So yeah, either way. So you either know when you're gonna die, and how, and you can't tell them, or you.
I'm gonna kill myself in
you
3
know-
years.
You know
Do I
when
need to
your
tell them
family
that?
members are gonna die, and you can't tell them that you know how and
You
when.
heard
they're
it here
gonna die.
first.
Oh, definitely my loved ones. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to know when I'm going to die.
That would kill. That would actually like eat you up alive. Like I don't think you would be able to like live a good life after knowing that information. That would just fucking haunt you every day. My family, maybe I'd be able to like push that out. Like sometimes I'd just be like, don't get on a plane. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I think I'd be more able to enjoy my last moments with them than I would to enjoy my own last moments.
Yes.
So, Yeah, I want to know when they die.
Matthew?
Wow. I didn't think that was gonna go that way. So interesting.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck
I
no.
don't think you can do yourself.
That's just like bad, just bad for business.
That's like being like given like stage 3 cancer or stage 4 cancer or something like that. I don't know.
But
And
even
and
then, you
just
don't know
like
exactly
it's gonna
when.
They'd be like, you're gonna get in a car crash.
Yeah, exactly. But
In
like, so
7
you
years,
just-
I would never get in a car again. I just have like debilitating anxiety about whatever it was.
Yeah, but then a fucking car would
But
come
you
through your
kn-
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
But when you
roof or
die, it's
something.
gonna be in 7 years in that car crash. So like you have 7 years. I feel like knowing the information of all your loved ones and having to live with that without telling them, like when you know your mom's gonna die, I think that's much more of a burden to carry than just when you're gonna go, because it could be like a freak thing.
No. Some of
Moral
it-
dilemma.
This conversation alone is giving me
It's
anxiety.
just
So.
something I
My
just
apologies.
don't want to know
No,
about
no, it's a
myself
good question.
ever.
So
I-
you're picking yourself.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, I have my own issues, much as
Yeah.
Kevin has already
I
alluded
told
to.
you there was more to that.
Alluded to, right? So it's
Okay.
just like, you know.
Yeah.
Another
The
one.
camera got that face.
Anywho.
There's another one. Shall I?
Yeah.
yeah.
This should be called the Anywho podcast. That's what it really should be.
Anywho's.
This one I feel like is a little bit easier, so it can lighten the mood. Kill baby Hitler, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you have the ability to go back in time to kill baby Hitler, he's a baby. You know he's going to become Hitler and do what he does. But it has to be in a very gruesome way. Do you do it?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm stomping that motherfucker
No,
out.
I don't do it.
I'm
shocking.
I don't
I
do
thought
it.
you were like, yep, killing
What does
baby
that
Hitler.
mean?
stomping
No, I
that
don't.
man's head
I don't do it.
to
Why?
prevent 6 million, wherever 6,000, wherever the fuck, how many people he
6 million
murdered. I don't
Jews.
even
Wait,
know.
you really think the Holocaust is real? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes, I will
I'm
stomp
kidding.
a baby's
I'm
head
kidding.
in.
No, no, no,
Of
no,
course,
no,
I
no.
would do that. I would fucking just shoot him in the head, not even think twice about it. Are you
All right,
fucking
but
crazy?
what if like without Hitler, Stalin's just that much more powerful, and now we lose 15 million? I think the world's pretty good right now. I'll take this. History can stay how it is. Sorry, I'm not killing baby Hitler.
That's a very hot take, honey.
Wow, that is hot.
I'm
Very
killing that
hot.
motherfucker. Not thinking twice
Too
about
hot. God
Demon.
damn.
it.
I'm not
Bye.
doing it. I'm not doing it. Plus, I don't know if I could physically murder a baby.
Yeah, you could. Be like, that baby's gonna grow up to be gay. You're like, all right, fucking put it out of his fucking misery right now. Shoot that motherfucker.
Who would do that?
You would, bitch.
I don't really know about this. We have to address these.
I've got one
These,
more.
claims.
That's
No.
kind of like relates more to us, and I think.
Matt,
the way
wait,
that
Matt,
we've
would
grown
you
up.
kill baby
Oh,
Hitler?
I apologize.
I don't. I was my first reaction was obviously, but he makes a good point. Like
No, I
then
don't.
Then you're rewriting all of history.
I really
the bad
liked,
parts.
Yeah, and
World
it could get
War
worse.
II? I don't
really,
know.
No, I really like the butterfly effect. So
Those
that
he
has scared
fucked
me
up
ever since I
Germany.
watched it.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I probably would like hypothetically, but like
I
don't
don't think
know.
what happened. What could be worse than what happened? That was already like pretty up there with like one of the worst things to happen in like modern
I
history.
mean, we could get another Mao.
in Germany.
No, I mean, I'm saying without Hitler, like
Mm-hmm.
we could get somebody worse. Doesn't have to be
I
injured.
don't know
Hitler's
if there's
Hitler's
anyone
effects.
worse than that man.
I
That was
mean,
pretty bad.
if you want to speak statistically, there is. How many Jews were killed? 6 million.
Around there, ask
yeah,
the history
roughly, I think so,
major.
It was
yeah.
about 6 million.
Around there.
How
That's
many-
to my knowledge.
How many people were killed in communist China?
That
A lot,
number I do
or-
not
They
know off
they
the top
can't
of my
even
head.
figure out the estimates. It goes as high as
Can
like
I just say
90
something?
million.
Yeah, Stalin.
people were buried in the Great Wall of
starved a
China.
bunch of Russian people too. Yeah. like-
I'm just for clarity, I'm like making jokes about people thinking the Holocaust is fake because I'm making fun of them.
Yes.
I'm not making fun of the Holocaust.
just to clarify, we're just shooting the shits.
We're making at the end of the day.
Yo, cut
just
that.
shooting the
No,
shit. Cut that part about
You
me
need
thinking
to
the Holocaust is fake.
Buddy. Yeah, no, I'm shitting on people who think it's fake, not the actual Holocaust.
No, I
Onward.
don't know. I
Just
think
wanted to make that clear because you guys didn't see, but I'm like, when you're talking about 6 million Jews, I'm like, just to be clear.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Sorry.
You fucking Nazi.
killing Hitler no matter what.
Next one.
Next one.
All right, so you're ending illness. With the press of a button, you have the ability to end all the world's diseases and illnesses. But if you press the button, you in turn prevent the human race from any technological advancements beyond the date the button is pressed. Do you press the button?
What was the first part?
So if you press this button, I got a button here. If
Oh,
I
all
press this
illness.
button, all illness, diseases gone forever, right? but there's no more technology developments past the point that I press this.
I think
button.
we're all right
There's-
now.
Yeah, but there's too many people if illness isn't a thing. Like the overpopulation. Like, what are people gonna die from then? Like, only like freak accidents where like you get a
Or
like, you
old
get
age. You
run
can
over.
still die from old
The
age.
entire
right?
population of the world could fit in Texas if it were populated like New York City is. So it's like we really don't have that many. Like we have a lot of people. We don't have that many. So I think we have room. But I'm also not. I'm with you on
I
this.
think if they didn't
not
die
pushing
from an
the
illness,
button.
it'd just be too much. But I agree with you. Like, we're pretty set.
Really?
Like, I mean, I think that now, but in 10 years, I'm gonna be like,
I'm
fucking
selfish.
idiots.
But that's like
I'm
not,
selfish.
not
I'm-
another iPhone. That's
I know,
not
yeah. It's
another
like you
car,
fucking idiots. You thought
like,
we weren't gonna advance
self-driving,
past
you
this.
know,
but
all
they
that
still,
stuff.
but they still reproduce like the same technology we have, right? Like they make new stuff.
Yeah,
In
I
the future, they're
imagine
gonna
so.
figure out like flying cars, though.
Yeah, I'm
I
good,
But like, there
bro.
isn't a better camera on an iPhone than you have right now.
I'm
like, not that
fuck
that's
that
like
camera.
something you care about, but like
flying cars are
something
like.
to think about.
No, it
I-
is something I care about,
I'm-
but
Oh.
still.
I'm
But
waiting for us
I'm
to.
straight.
No better mics, no better soundboards. This
Yeah.
is it. This is
I'm
this
waiting
is Yikers
for us
Island.
to evolve to the point in like
Hey,
Philadelphia.
then we got the
when,
best of the best shit then, so we're good.
when you have a spray can and you just spray it and it's your meal just comes out of the spray can. You remember that from Phil of the Future? It's like they never
Yes.
had to cook because everything was just like in the cans.
I will never trust that.
I'm just waiting till we get to that point. So I might not push the button.
I'm not pushing the button.
I'm pushing that fucking button.
I'm pretty much into like natural selection, and I think that's kind of like where my thoughts lie. So I'm not pressing the button. I think it's a healthy way to.
I'm just selfish, so I don't want to get
yeah.
ill.
My thing is like, all right, so if you
That's-
push the
that's
button
why.
and you eliminate all diseases today, aren't new ones just going to form and then we're
No,
stuck?
that's not how this
No,
works.
I think it's
That's not how this
Forever.
works.
Any
There's never
disease
an
ever.
illness
end
again?
all the world's diseases.
I
and
mean, you never
illnesses,
had to
so they're
get
just
forever.
gone.
You
Yeah.
never have
okay.
to get the
I think so.
flu again.
A
Or a flu
sniffle,
shot.
a sniffle, a cough, a drip down the back of your throat.
Oh, I have a.
So
I
nobody
have
gets
a-
sick ever?
I guess. I mean, illnesses,
Yeah.
diseases. I mean, I
That
think
sounds
covers
amazing, actually.
Yeah, I have
Wait,
a
you're
constant
sniffling over
drip.
there.
I
Paul.
know.
I
I'm
have a-
feeling pretty good about
I have
that
a
button
constant
now.
drip.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about that
Hey.
button now.
Kevin doesn't. No drip.
No drip. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
No, I'm not pushing the button.
I'm pushing that shit. Smash the like button.
Oh, shit.
nice.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
By the way, never mind.
Okay.
There's a whole. I also looked at a whole bunch of stuff that deals
There's
with
a
like
lot.
the trolley dilemma with like.
Yeah, I took a philosophy class. That's what I thought you were going to
What's
ask.
the trial? Oh,
So you see it like can
kill
save,
one person
to save 5.
Yeah. It's like one
Stuff like
person you
that.
know or something
This
versus
is
5 people you don't know.
Something deeper. I felt. Well, not so much.
Wait,
but
Those
just
are good
different
questions.
topics.
Is it one person that you know though?
Is
Yes.
it? Is that the question, or is it just
I
one
think it's-
person?
I think it's one person you know versus 5 people you don't.
No,
know.
that'd be
something
easy.
like that.
That'd be easy.
You're gonna
What,
save the
you-
one person you
Slay
know.
those 5. Almost,
Oh,
almost dropped it again. Slay those 5 motherfuckers, bro. Slay them. The fuck?
Yeah,
No,
well, I
I'm
couldn't
with-
exactly
I'm with
say that in the
Matt.
classroom at Iona. I'm like,
That's
yo,
way-
kill them fuckers. The
No,
class
but-
would be like, yo, it's 9 a.m.
No,
chill.
but someone, I don't know. I think Cameron actually asked me that before. Like, but it wasn't like
It's like
one person
philosophy
you know.
101.
It's like
It might just be one person versus 5. I don't know. Google it. That's like a very
because
common.
if you know them, that
Yeah,
makes it way
it's
easier.
literally like the trolley dilemma or something like that.
I think knowing them makes it way easier.
Yeah, I'm killing 5. 10 times out of 10.
Christ.
Sorry, probably not the right moral choice, but like that, those 5 people bring nothing to my life. That person does. So
Well, plus the one person you're not killing the 5 people. You're just
you're
saving.
choosing them.
Yeah, but you're not killing them, right? Isn't it like if you kill the one person, you're physically killing them?
No.
No,
You like
well,
select
actually,
the
no, I
track.
think-
I think it is,
no,
isn't it?
There's something like that, but I think you push them off a bridge onto the track,
dying here.
and like you're like with them or something. I don't know. Look it up.
What the fuck?
Just
What
click
the
on dude.
fuck? So maybe you don't even know them.
You find
I guess
yourself
you-
a
You
lever.
have to pull the trigger. Yeah.
A runaway trolley approaches 5 people who are tied to a set of tracks. Pulling the lever will divert the trolley to a different set of the tracks.
I don't
where
see how this
only
is
the one person is
difficult
tied
if
down.
I
Do you
rather
If you
kill
don't know the
one
person,
than
then
5.
yeah, that's a stupid. I'm killing that guy.
But is it like it's supposed to go to the 5 people and then you divert it to make it kill one person instead? I guess like is that a dilemma? Because like I'm
I mean,
pulling the lever
Well, I guess the only thing there is like now you have the guilt
of killing them.
I
I
that
killed-
guy's dead because of me.
Yeah, but
But you
But you're
also
still
those
saving
5
people.
people
Yeah.
are alive because of me. So
yeah, that's why I feel like it's worse if you know that person.
So
Yeah.
so the
Right.
word for it is like right, the definition or whatever. utilitarianism.
Yes.
So it maximizes the well-being of more people. So like you save the 5 people compared to the 1 because it's 1 versus 5. Like that's the idea philosophically.
That would be my mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I knew them. If I knew them, slay them. Slay them. 5.
Right, and then there's all the different variations that screw that up. The only other thing that I have written down is like,
Sorry, 5 of y'all. What were you saying?
the only other thing I have written down is from 2 weeks ago when you first asked me to come on and canceled on me that Sunday.
Sorry. Has to throw it in there.
Yikes.
Why did we cancel that?
You were busy.
I was busy.
Of course he was.
I think, well,
doing
that's
what?
what Matt said.
What were you doing,
I
honey?
think you probably were.
Climbing a
Because
rock wall? This is when you, for Valentine's Day, what were you doing?
2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
you
was
had
Friday.
work. 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
you had
Saturday.
work. This last Sunday, you said Kevin had a busy day
Oh,
because it was going to
fuck.
be early morning.
All right, so you remember when I went to Connecticut for a week? Hold on, let me move this. Testing. Remember when I went to Connecticut for a week?
Yeah.
And I spent an entire week out there, and I took a test, and they said, oh, yeah, sorry, dude, you fucking failed.
Yeah.
Psych, bro. They got my fucking results wrong. They gave me somebody else's, so they sent it to me, and they're like, yeah, you failed. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm looking, and they said I got like a 60, a 60, a 65, and an 80. And, like, I thought I did bad on the one section, so I was like, you know. Everything else I thought I knew. It was fucking formulas and numbers. I can do that. So I called the guy, or I emailed him, and I'm like, listen, can we go through this? Like, this, something seems wrong. And he's like, yeah, I'm on the road. Next week I'll be back in the office. Let's set a time I can call you. Or you can come to the office in fucking Brantfield, Vermont or some shit. Like, 6 hours away. So I was like, yeah, I'll call you. Don't hear back from him. I'm like, you know, let's set up a time. What's best for you? He doesn't ever get back to me until the next week. And then he emails me. I just get an email in the middle of the day. And he's like, Kevin, call me. Fuck. Call him. He answers. I'm like, yeah, I want to speak to Chris. He's like, this is Chris. I almost threw up. I'm throwing up. So he's like,
I don't want to save him. I don't want to divert history.
thanks. So he's like, oh, Kevin White, yes. I owe you an apology. I was like, oh, you lost my test. I'm never going to know what happened. And he said, no, we just gave you the wrong score. So they gave me somebody else's score and somebody else my score.
Oh, now they got to call him and be
They
like,
had
hey,
to call
dumb
him
fuck.
and say, yeah, by the way, you
actually
didn't
failed.
actually pass.
That
There's,
sucks.
yeah.
I'd rather be you than that guy.
Oh,
That guy's getting
10
like
times
the
out of
rug
10.
pulled out underneath him. He's like,
yeah.
fuck.
So I got my raise. I'm feeling good.
Do you get retro pay for like the 1 week where you didn't? Where you're
No,
supposed-
because it.
but
by
that's
the time,
their fuck up.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no,
it
no,
wasn't
no,
going to go through anyway?
no.
Okay,
No,
okay.
it was set. Like I got it figured out just in time.
Yeah, that's good.
Keep it going.
Keep it going, keep it going,
Keep it
keep it
going,
going, keep it going, keep it going.
Keep it going, Mel. All right, Mel,
Keep
tell
it
me about your
going.
life.
What do you want to
Tell me about
know?
your life. I don't know.
You know everything about my life. Both my parents were on this fucking podcast.
I wasn't here with your dad though. So.
But you should have listened to it. You're the host.
I don't really have
He
time.
listened
so
to it.
4 hours. Of
Yikes.
it's a lot. I'll get to it eventually.
The non-host
Tell me
listened
about
to it.
your life, Mel.
Like what?
What
Like,
drives you?
you guys never ask me the questions
What
that you
drives
ask
you?
everybody else.
Well, we're doing it now, and you're
Yeah, but you never ask anybody else what drives you.
because
The
I don't care what
fuck?
drives anyone else. I care about your drive. Mel.
Nothing.
What drives you, Mel?
What the fuck? Nothing. You know this. What are you asking me?
Mel, it's not your fault.
What are you talking about?
Which one is it?
Oh,
It's not
it's definitely
that
that one. Yeah, that. No, I wanted that one. Not the crickets. I wanted that. It's not your fault. Do 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 do. Whose fault is it?
It's not your fault, Mel.
What's not my fault? That I
It's
have
not
no
your
drive?
fault. Mel, it's not your fault.
What the fuck drives
Mel,
you?
Melanie, it's not your fault, Mel.
What
It's not
drives
your
you?
fault. You've never seen
Kevin?
Good Will Hunting?
Yes, Robin Williams. Yes, and
That's
then
like
he
the best
cries and he
scene
breaks
of all
down.
time. He's like, it's not
No,
your
my
fault.
favorite part is like after that when Matt Damon's like, I gotta go see about a girl. I'm like, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Matt, can
I
we
like
watch
no.
that
Okay,
quick?
my favorite part of Good Will Hunting. I don't know why this like when I first saw this movie, it just like totally killed me. And he's like, I have 9 brothers: Ricky, Tommy, Bobby, Jamie. Blah, blah, blah. I was like,
I forgot about
I'm like, yo, he's not lying. She's like, you had how many foster siblings, whatever? Ricky. And then he just does it again. Ricky, Tommy, Joey, Bobby, blah, 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 blah. I was always like, oh, that's a
Fuck
good
shit
party
up,
trick.
yeah.
Well, obviously in the them apple scene is like iconic.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, my boy's wicked smart.
Yeah, my boy, he's wicked smart. Good Will Hunting.
You ever seen Good Will Hunting?
You've seen Good Will Hunting.
I've seen it. Of
Okay.
course I've
So to
seen
say,
it.
The
what?
scene with him and Robin Williams, and he's like, "It's not your fault,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "What do you think? It's not your fault." He's like, "Shut the fuck
And
up!"
he starts
right?
crying,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's this little breakdown. Yeah.
It's a good scene. I just tried to pull it on Mel.
I wasn't getting it.
She's a brick
I wasn't getting it.
house. She's my tomato. You know that? You know?
No, I do. I'm just listening.
Rick James?
No, it's the Commodores.
Are you sure Brick House is...
Can we look that up? I think it is.
Please Google Brick House. She's a brick house.
What does that say, Mel?
Scroll down.
What is it? How do you pronounce that?
What am I scrolling down to?
Who's saying Rick James Brick House? Go down. Is that just like a common misconception?
What the fuck is going on over there?
Don't worry, honey. I'll get to it.
Apparently
Well, it
not.
was like, I hope you don't have dogs. I'm like, motherfucker.
Who's saying Rick James Brick House? The Commodore's Brick House.
Nice, yeah. That's a slap to the face. So.
Yikes, Mel.
Rick James didn't cover it? Are you sure?
Mel, you sound like Cam right now.
I just want to make sure.
Gabagool.
Don't worry, I'll figure it out on my own.
You know, now that we've mentioned him, big shout out to Cameron because he told me to watch The Outsider, and I did, and it's fantastic. So watch it.
Saw Cameron out at Okan's Valentine's night.
Oh,
Don't-
don't
if
talk
he was
about
with
that on the
anyone-
pod. Don't talk about that on the pod.
Yo, don't put a business out there. Don't put a business
Oh,
out
my
there.
bad, my bad.
No,
No,
it's fine.
I don't
saw
care.
him. I saw him and I yelled out. I said, "Yikes!" I don't think he like. I don't know if I don't even think I've had like an actual like interaction with him, other than maybe like
You should be grateful for that.
one day
That's
at
not
voice
an
or something
upsetting
like that.
thing.
Dylan, now Cam too. Mel's really on her shit tonight.
I would say this to their faces.
Did you figure it out yet? What are you doing? You're just
no.
I think you're wasting time over there.
No, I just got a text that the gift card I gave to my aunt and uncle, they finally used it from Christmas. They let me know that they opened it.
You don't have your aunt and uncle's number saved?
Yeah, no, it's the number from the gift card people. They said your gift card to Jer and Pete has been opened.
Oh.
Thanks, guys.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I sent them a gift card to a restaurant in Bethel, and I guess they have like that technology where they can tell me that they used
What
it.
restaurant?
Chili's?
No. It's called
Outback?
Gastro Symmetry Pub or something. I don't know. They like to go there.
Oh.
They always
The doctor's office? You got them a doctor's
Gastroenterologist?
office?
What is it?
Gift card?
Gastro Symmetry Pub. It's a gastro pub. You don't know what that is?
Gastrology.
Gastroenterologist,
Entologist?
Cultured.
I think.
Shut the
I think
fuck
you're
up.
missing a syllable.
Google it. Gastro Symmetry Pub in
Gastro-
Bethel.
No, we don't care about that. Gastro. It's a gastro.
Spelling it wrong.
Gastro.
Enterologist.
Gastro. And yeah,
Entro.
enterologist.
That's not
enterologist.
it.
The more you know.
No, that's the doctor, Melanie. We don't care about your stupid restaurant.
Yeah, what the fuck, Mel? We're not talking about that.
It's
You're quickly
okay. I'm sorry.
becoming
I'm
D.
sorry. It's Broken Symmetry Gastro Brewery.
Nobody gives a fuck. What are you talking about?
Sorry. Gastro Brewery.
You're really becoming D right now.
Why are
gonna
you
start-
saying that?
We're gonna just start calling you the bird lady.
You
Guys, I'm
were
pregnant.
Asking me
You
the
want to go with the house
question.
thing? The house thing, right? House, 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 house.
You guys.
Always Sunny reference.
asked
Sorry,
me.
guys.
Anyway,
Dennis is like, are we gonna go with the house thing, or I mean, it is kind of big news, and then everyone just starts going, house as he's talking, house, 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 and Dennis is like, we're gonna go house, and then he starts doing it too.
you know what I think was a very underrated scene? Maybe not to you. When they're
In
playing
Always Sunny?
when they're playing Charlie McDennis 2 or whatever, like with the other guy, and they do the accents with the globe, and Charlie and what's his name? Mac, yeah, they start doing like that Cholo accent. It's so funny.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
great.
and then someone like, not all Mexicans are from Southern California.
yeah.
Well, they come up with like their shirts all tied up, right?
Yeah. Just the top button.
ASA. Yes.
That's good. Will, what else you got, man?
Nothing. That's all
That
you
was
had
it.
written. That's all
I
she wrote.
appreciate
I have
the.
one more thing.
I
Oh,
appreciate
okay.
how prepared he was.
So
Me too. This is good.
from 2 weeks ago,
We don't
Just-
even come this prepared.
No, he's really outranking 90% of our guests right now.
Wow.
Besides Mel.
Don't tell me
And
that.
50% of our hosts.
I had questions for my dad. I came with a list of questions for my mom and my dad.
You got to pay me.
Otherwise that shit
before
would have been
becomes
dry.
factual. No, there was nothing dry about. Oh, I got to be careful. I said your mom's appearance was not dry at all. That still doesn't. You know.
Please,
what
Will, read the question.
Well, it was just a topic. So,
Okay.
so you guys had talked a lot about the Tesla truck, and thinking about getting one, or thinking it was not that it was good looking. I actually, when I was listening, I thought it was actually kind of like interesting looking, and not so much like ugly and terrible. But the GMC Hummer electric
I saw
electric
that.
Hummer.
I didn't Google it, please, because I.
I
So
don't know
so
what
they
it
just
looks like.
released like fucking I don't know what, a 20-second trailer or something for it, and just showed like the headlights. But I thought that was interesting
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean the Hummers back in the day, like I remember looking out the window as a kid, just being like,
I hated
"That's
those
a Hummer.
things.
Is that an H3? Like that's a H3 like the Patriot in GTA and everything
Yeah.
like that. Like just like such a sick
Jesus
car.
I think this
Christ.
is all like teasers, though. I don't think they actually have a.
That this is a fan render.
The hype.
Yeah. But it probably will look something similar to this.
Well, I think it's more. I don't think it's a truck. I think it's just like a GMC Hummer electric car. The way that they looked back in the day or something. But I think that's like interesting. All these people are going electric, obviously. But
Yeah.
the Ford
I
Mustang.
have a feeling this is going to be way more than the Tesla truck, though.
probably.
Because GMC is like a fucking Denali is like a 1500, or there's all different types of, but I'm talking about trucks. The 1500 Denali is like, starts at like 70, and that's a 1500.
Yeah.
And maybe it might start a little below that. It might start 60, 65, but if you want like a top of the line Denali with all the ins and outs, it's like gonna cost you probably close to 80 grand, if not more. And that's for 1500. Then you go up to the diesel engine, and it's even more than that.
They got the electric Ford Mustang too. That was what, Super Bowl? No, before that.
I didn't even
I
hear
didn't know
about
that.
that.
Yeah, electric Mustang. It's more
That's
of like
see, I don't like
If I
that.
want a
It's like a
Mustang,
coupe-
I
it's
don't
like
want it to be electric. I want that shit
It's a
to be
coupe.
loud.
it's like a coupe though. It's like weird.
Nice.
Maybe coupe is the wrong word.
I want that shit to be burning oil, whatever.
Blue and cold,
Sedan.
baby.
SUV.
Well, I
It
don't
doesn't
like
even
the
look- it
Mustangs.
doesn't even
I
look
like
like a
the
Mustang.
what's the other car that they do?
put the horse on it. You know what I mean?
Ford?
So it's a Mustang.
Not the Mustang. It's like the other one that looks just like a Mustang, but it's
Ford does it?
Yeah, it's not. Not a Mustang.
You know what
it's
that
a-
looks like? It looks like a Hyundai.
I don't know.
It
it's
looks like
not
a Hyundai.
Mustang. It's I'm sorry. It's not a Charger. It's a
Oh, Challenger.
Challenger.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
not
Sorry,
Ford,
I know.
though.
I was confused.
The old ones
Dodge.
Oh,
or the new ones?
That's like my dream car. The old Challengers.
the
Those
old
are
ones.
so
Like
cool.
what year?
Like in the 70s,
Oh,
I
okay.
guess. Like
Oh,
late
oh.
70s
I really,
Challengers.
I really like.
Those are
I probably would never get one just because it's a coupe. And I mean, if I like hit the lottery, I probably would. But
yeah, this. Yeah, I'm talking
I-
about if I had like unlimited money.
I'm not really into muscle cars, but I really like how the new Challengers look too. I really like them.
Didn't Billy just get a Corvette?
Was that really his, or was that just a
Thought
snap?
so, yeah. No, I think
I
Billy
assumed
got a vet.
I assumed it was his dad's.
Maybe. I don't know.
Shooter Billy that comes to Dover Open gyms.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Shooter.
go anymore. So I
Billy?
don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put it on camera and like.
I'll do it. Billy, you're about this tall.
Jesus.
Yo, where's Ryan? You were saying this on the last podcast.
You want to see
That's
what?
out. Where's Ryan?
Ryan,
While we're still on cars, though.
Uh-huh.
All right,
We-
my bad.
we tried to do a Sunday morning podcast last week. Ryan texted me at 8:50
He's hungover.
and then fell back asleep and never showed up. Texted me at like 4 and was like, "I'm sorry, I fell asleep."
That's pretty
I'm
bad.
not into old cars really, but I want this fucking car.
If I had money, I'd be
No,
into
I don't
anything.
like that car.
No, that's a bad one. That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
I like the
There's a lot of guys on
Challengers
Grinder that
or
say
like,
that too.
You have to do this car right though. Hold on, I'll show you.
Or like
I mean, like,
real old Mercury.
there it is.
Ouch.
Okay, that looks better.
Right?
Like not all blacked out. That shit was ugly.
Yeah, like I like the chrome
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Lincoln. But for the viewer or for the listeners, I'm looking at a 1967 Lincoln Continental right here.
Yeah, that's nice. Any of those old cars look great. Or even like when I was at the Country Music Hall of Fame, they have the chicken wing, the fucking Smokey and the Bandit car. That shit looks badass.
All right, but how was
Yeah.
the whole
That
trip?
shit is
I forgot.
nice.
You didn't tell us anything about it. Tell us about Tennessee
I don't think I should go on the record about Tennessee.
at all. Nothing you go on the record about.
I had a great time.
See, that doesn't do it for me. That car at all.
Come on.
That's fucking whack.
The Firebird, the Trans Am. I was in one of those in Buffalo. This shit's a nice.
No, dude.
They are.
Trans
Two-door.
Ams are whack.
Come on, that shit is fire with the bird on the front.
Is the one in the Hall of Fame a T-top? I forget. It is, right?
It is. It's that car. I think it's that exact car. I don't think it's a replica. I feel like they got the car.
No, but look at this one. And opposed to like.
Well, that's just because it's closed. That's a T-top.
Yeah, I know, but. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's just the things are just closed.
This must be a replica then, like this one.
Yeah.
Or no, it is closed. You're right.
Yeah, they all come like that.
I thought
I was in one that was closed.
One of them looked like it was a hard top though.
I don't know. The one I was in was white, but it had the bird on the front, and it was definitely a T-top.
Yeah, I don't know.
Once
Once you start getting towards the 80s, things start to go.
Come on, 77.
Like my dad has a fucking
Okay, the Bandit.
2004 Mustang.
Does he?
Talk about Yikers Island. Yeah.
That just screams like 45 years old. My life is not what I thought it would be. I really don't know what I have to do.
I can't afford a real classic car.
Yeah, so.
Yikes.
Look at this, guys. Accept me in your
Yeah.
muscle car group. What a fucking nerd. Anyway.
Yeah. It's
My dad just got a Mustang.
What year though?
2015.
Oh,
that's
different.
nice.
Oh, okay.
I like the newer ones.
Convertible.
I thought you were going to say 2004.
Yeah, me too.
Call Greg down.
What is the car my dad used to have, and it only ran for like 7 months, and then it died. It had so many problems.
Dude, the night. This is a funny story. So this used to be my poker room in here.
Oh, that.
Before the podcast, and one night we're having a game, and all my buddies are starting to come in, and as they're starting to come in, my father just got home with the Mustang, like from Jersey. So he has like he rented a truck to like transport it. So he's unloading it off the truck.
Wait, was it enclosed?
No,
Okay.
no, or maybe I think he just rented a trailer actually.
Okay.
Like a big one. So as they're getting here, he's unloading it or whatever, which he probably loved. And then he gets it off the truck. He comes downstairs, and we're at this point we're already playing after he got it all unloaded and shit. And we're already playing. And he looks at me. He's like, "Oh yeah, must be nice to play poker every weekend, huh? Must be nice to afford that." I'm like, motherfucker. They just watched you unload a fucking shitty 2004 Mustang that you paid $12,000 for.
Oh no.
Like,
Poor
what
guy.
the fuck? Classic Greg.
No. I'm surprised my dad didn't talk about his car. He used to have a 73 or 77 Porsche 911, but it only
really?
ran for like couple, and then like so many things would go wrong with that fucking
When
thing.
did he
like,
have it?
Like
Like recently or back?
No. We drove. He went. He found this man off like eBay or Craigslist or something in the 90s, which I was like, this is so sketchy. Like, how did you not get scammed?
So you were alive for it?
1999. Yeah, we drove to St. Louis. We made a vacation out of it, and he picked up the car and he drove it back from St. Louis. And that was like a far enough drive in itself where I feel like once he got back, it was
What
like
year was it?
1999, and he bought
No,
19. It was a green. It had to be like a 72 Porsche 911 if it came out in that year. It was definitely a Porsche 911. It kind of looked like that one, but it wasn't like green like that. It was like more Kelly green, like a dark.
Like this?
Maybe like a 77 try. Because I don't remember the trunk being like that. It was more like a box.
9/11 gone but never forgotten.
I don't remember the trunk looking like that.
I thought that would be a bigger hit than it was.
Crickets.
Gone. Did you say
Nope,
gone but
bottom
never
right.
forgotten?
Bottom right.
Too soon, dude.
You fucking...
It's the angle because I'm watching
This
from
one's
the new camera angle. Check it out on YouTube now.
Whenever those
Yikers Island
cars were
podcast.
coming out.
purple.
If I asked him,
Purple,
he'd
not
probably
pink.
tell me.
I really thought
Yeah.
it was-
Anyway.
And then that one died, and then he got another one,
Really?
like a black one. I forget what year that was, and from his buddy up in Lake George. And like as he was driving it out of the driveway, it literally caught on fire.
What does your dad do for a living?
He said it on the podcast. He's like a handyman in the city, like for
Is he
like
in a
very
union? Oh.
like very expensive apartments on Park Avenue.
So what? He's like a building operator type thing, like
I don't know what he
Building-
operates.
The building. He operates the building.
a building manager, I should say.
Yeah, like when shit goes wrong in their apartment, he goes in there and fixes it and like paints everything and puts the air conditioner in and fix electrical work. He's like DIY self-taught though. He's like, yeah, I watched a YouTube video, so that's how I know how to do it. I'm like, that's
Did he
great.
graduate from Iona?
Uh-huh.
For what?
Business management or marketing?
Oh.
Marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you go to school for?
Business management. Business admin.
You got your bachelor's?
I have a bachelor's, yes.
Okay.
Master's, I just don't think I'm ready for that. It's like I might fuck around and get a master's degree. It's like not something I actually intend to like use. Like I don't know how far I'm willing to go with the education. I'm not willing to spend like $50,000 plus just to get a master's degree.
I'm $100,000 in debt. If you
Yeah.
want to
Really?
donate to me, yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
looked at the number the other
Holy
day.
shit.
I've paid Albany $109,000,
And you're still paying.
and I still have my summer semester. I have to take 2 classes, which will be like $2,000.
And that's just for your master's, or this is with your undergraduate?
Combined.
Okay. Okay.
And-
Wait,
I was
when-
gonna
when
say,
you
and that's
paid
a
them, like that's what you
SUNY.
have in loans.
That's
That's what you've
that's
paid
what I've paid
Already?
them. Yeah. So like whatever my loan is to the government is like at least 109,000.
Wow. That's what I'm
If
saying.
not more with interest.
I don't think
even
I'm
though
ready
I'm
to make
not
that
ready to
commitment.
Wait,
pay
wait,
them.
So you
I'm
haven't
confused.
paid the loans back yet. You're saying
No, because I'm still in
Yeah,
school,
yeah,
so I
okay.
don't
Oh,
technically
oh,
have to pay.
that's what I was
like. I'm not
confused
getting a
Right.
A
You don't have
letter.
to make payments till
Holy
after you graduate,
shit.
right?
Yeah.
Wait,
'Cause I
how? From
continue.
going to state school? How?
It's expensive,
I've
honey.
benefited for the last 2 well my junior and senior year of college. I applied for and received the Excelsior scholarship, which is
Uh-huh.
like free tuition in New York State. You have to like live in the state for as long as you like receive the scholarship for, unless then that money becomes a loan. But that's to go to Albany. It's only $3,000 in state. It's living on campus, and I didn't have money to live off campus downtown.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You know, like the other people that kind of like from our town that went to Albany and everything like
Scumbag
that.
Kevin didn't make you his roommate, is what you're saying.
Well, I didn't have money to do that, and that was already after I had to
You
live
don't
on
even want
campus
to know about
freshman
my
year.
roommate.
What is going on?
situation.
I would not have
They're fucking
wanted
tap
hear
dancing.
this?
on the record.
What the fuck is
that
going
was
on
awful.
with my roommates upstairs?
Tap dancing.
So I'm living at home with my parents. I live in the basement.
How could you ever live with your parents?
I know.
I would never.
You said that last podcast too.
I know. I was
Making fun of
I
someone
know.
else.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
So I live at home with my parents,
That's
living
fine.
for free, commuting up to Albany for classes.
How
when
many
I have
days a
them.
week do you do that?
I have a class every single Wednesday, so I go up.
Okay, that's not bad.
But I have like Monday classes that meet like 6 times throughout the semester
Okay.
up there,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
terrible. Everything else is like asynchronous, so I just like do the discussion post whenever I
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
And then on Thursdays I have people were I don't want to. So now it's like the first 2 weeks were on in person in Albany,
Mhm.
and then everything else was supposed to be on Zoom, which is like Skype, but like
Yeah.
a classroom format type of thing. So like 26 people in this like Skype call.
Uh-huh.
And you can like swipe through. Do you swipe through and like look at everybody
I
else's
can-
different faces?
Yeah, so I can just see
Oh, that's weird.
everyone's webcams. But I mean, it's like you're being in class, but you don't have to. I don't have to drive there. Everyone else.
I should be
is-
watching one person's webcam the whole time.
That's what I
I definitely wouldn't do that.
One person's the whole time.
All right, I don't mean to interrupt, but
That's so expensive.
all the way on the right, that picture, what website is that from?
Mecum.
It is mecum.com.
Mecum.com.
Yep.
Oh, it could be mech, like mechanic. Mech-U-M.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I went to Iona, I only went there because it was not that expensive. I was like getting a lot of money to go there. Otherwise, I would have never gone there.
If you don't mind me asking, how much did you get per year?
From Iona,
Yeah.
like the whole thing,
Oh, okay.
like full tuition free.
I mean, I didn't try in high school, so like they offered me like 13
'cause
grand.
Well, I
she's
don't.
Hispanic.
I don't think it's because I was smart. I think it was because I was poor,
And
I mean-
Hispanic.
and I put on the thing that I was Hispanic because my grandpa's from Puerto Rico. My mom always told us we were Spanish. I took an ancestry DNA test. I'm not Puerto Rican at all, but
Really?
Elizabeth
Fuck,
Warren
Iona.
over here.
fuck Iona College. What do they know?
Wait, you're not Hispanic?
Now they
at all?
know.
I took an ancestry DNA test and it came up I'm like 3% Puerto Rican and like 7% Spanish from Spain.
So
My
what is
whole
your
life is a
mom?
lie. So your mom's like all Italian, pretty much.
Yeah. My grandpa is from Puerto Rico, but I don't think that they're like
fuck?
from the native tribe that was like there before the Spaniards and Italians came and Christopher Columbus raped everybody and made them all
My
Italian.
life
You know what
is
I
a
mean?
lie.
That
So
really
how do you
makes-
think I feel?
That makes so
I literally
much
was like, we're
sense.
Puerto
Yeah.
Rican, Puerto Rican pride and parade and fucking wearing a flag, and then like we take this DNA test, and I'm like,
She got a
Loud.
tattoo.
I'm like, yo, I'm not
Eating
even
plantains.
Puerto Rican. Yes, Peniel and going to all these family parties that are like
He said being loud.
being loud and eating beans. Yeah, of course. That's like
I
my
said
whole.
plantains. I didn't say beans. That's racist.
Oh, sorry, plantains. That's like
Yeah,
my
so
whole
that's
identity.
racist.
That's like my whole identity on my mom's side. They're always like, "You're fucking white. You don't speak Spanish." And I want to be like, "Yo, we're not even Puerto Rican."
But that makes so much sense. That's why your mom
Puerto
says
Rico.
fucking
Whoa.
Guzman and not Guzman. Because she's...
Well, my grandpa my
Oh,
grandpa
I'm Guzman.
speaks.
I'm a
Oh,
Nick
my
Guzman.
grandpa doesn't like read or write English. Like he didn't move here till he was like 13, and then like he didn't go to school. He just like got a job when he got here. I'm pretty sure. So he has like no formal education, but he doesn't like speak English, or he speaks some English. Like I can hold a conversation with him on the phone, but like his primary language is Spanish.
He hasn't learned any English? I mean,
He's learned some. No, he's been here obviously for like more than half
And
his
he is
existence.
English, this motherfucker.
yeah. What a poser.
From Puerto Rico. I don't know what they were doing over there. How'd y'all end up there? Because we're not. I want my grandpa to take the DNA test and see.
Go
when
down
he,
there
when
and
he
just
comes.
stick your finger in his mouth.
Well, he lives in Florida. He doesn't live there anymore.
Okay, go down there and stick your finger in his mouth.
I will. My mom wants him to take one too because I'm like, yo, you're not. My mom took the same test and she was like 5% Puerto Rican. I'm like, how does that happen?
Was she devastated?
No,
Wait,
not
she
at all.
came on here and led me to believe that she's some sort of Spanish queen.
She is. She speaks fluent Spanish. That's like how we were raised, like cooking the rice and beans, and like I said, the pernil
I listen to
and
Dean
the,
Martin. That doesn't make me
the
Italian.
gandules
Hey, look, it's Ariel
and
Helwani
everything.
on
and
NBA. That fucker. He does everything now. Sorry. I'm a fanboy of
super
him.
Puerto Rican.
Ariel.
I
Shout out to
don't
Ariel
know.
Helwani.
Whatever. I guess.
Like Calvin Coolidge said, keep America American.
Well, Puerto Rico is a part of America.
Man.
I know you know that.
Yeah. Oh fuck, man. I keep
No,
hitting
yeah.
the wrong
Well,
one.
Calvin Coolidge was,
A racist fuck.
yeah,
Okay,
not understanding that like no one in America
is actually American.
so,
Everybody's
Hey, so-
American.
crickets.
That's the
Well,
thing.
Puerto Ricans are American.
I don't
because
care what the
they're
fuck
from
you
America.
are, what
We-
your background is. I don't care about
well, the
that.
Native.
You're
This is like a
American.
deeper discussion about how like the Native Americans were here first. And we like
All right, well, be better.
we-
Fight conquest. I don't know.
pillaged
That's
them and stole their
that shit
land.
happens everywhere. Guess what? Be better. Unite, and maybe you would have won, and you still would have had this entire place, but you didn't. And sorry,
Is
right.
that why we still
Jesus
pay them money?
Christ.
I'm not gonna apologize for that. I didn't do it. Maybe if I was there, I would have said, "Yeah, you know what? This is their place. Let's just go make our own fucking colony in the woods." I wasn't there to say that, so should have been better.
Where's the camera?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Like I don't know what to say to that. I mean,
Where's the camera? I
so
just want to say I don't
before
share
we
these
wrap this up,
views.
I just want to since we're getting closer to the Dylon and Klinger fight in a couple months. I
Closer
created.
still 3 months away.
Yeah, I create.
4
Wait,
days
we're,
ago, we announced this
we're
fight. Since we're
slowly.
closer,
3 months.
We're
and 2
slowly
days.
getting closer. Well,
closer than when we first mentioned it in this podcast.
Exactly. Exactly.
hours.
So
We're counting down the minutes.
I created a group today with Dylan. Well, actually, I think we already had the group, but in this group with me, Dylan, Klinger, Kevin. I said, looking like Dylon, maybe the underdog with the odds going into a title defense. Klinger says, this is just to keep the fans updated on some like shit talk and some internal stuff going on. Klinger goes, don't invite a man into the kids' playpen. And Dylon goes, kids got jokes. And I go, oh, fuck. Dylan goes, stay away from drugs, kids, or you'll end up like this guy. And then I sent the GIF, Ruh-roh, like the Scooby. And then Dylan sends the Tyrone Biggums, the crack from Dave Chappelle, the crackhead. And then Klinger sends it looks like how would you describe that, Mel?
That's a scene emo girl from 2008.
With a snapback on, referring to Dylan. And then Dylan sends a GIF going, this conversation's fast becoming a confrontation. And I go, I don't even have to instigate anything this time. And then I sent a screenshot of Tyler, Dylan's last opponent.
That's all he is.
Messaging me when I put up the poll for if you think Klinger or Dylan's gonna win, and the screenshot shows Tyler responding to it, going Klinger 1,000,000% by hashtag Dylon knockout. And Dylan goes, "What a piece of shit! Can I fight him after Klinger like the same day, like whether I beat Klinger or not when I'm fatigued from the fight right after?" Like he was actually mad. So I said I'll ask him.
Did you ask him?
Yeah, and well, Klinger's response to that was laughing my ass off. Isn't he in Maine? Isn't he in Maine or some gay shit?
Klinger.
So I was actually talking to Tyler on the phone today when this whole thing was going down, and I was saying to Tyler, I was like, dude, that'd be so funny if you did like a Money in the Bank type thing, like from WWE.
Cash
Like
it
Dylan barely wins, and he's all fucking tired and beat up from, and Tyler just, no one knows he's there. Tyler just runs out of the woods,
Beats his ass.
and Tyler showed like this, like actually Tyler sent that. It's like a leprechaun, like a little.
Hornswoggle?
Tyler runs out of the woods.
It's Hornswoggle.
Tyler runs out of the woods with a leprechaun outfit on, with the Money in the Bank, and cashes it in after Dylan's tired and fucking.
That'd be good.
That'd be so funny, dude. But for that to happen, Dylan would have to win. It's the only problem with that.
What if you lost and Tyler came running out of the woods?
That'd be funny too. Well, Dylan did say whether he wins or not.
Yeah.
I think a match before them would be great. I just think, like, why not?
For you?
right?
You want one?
You want one?
I mean,
Oh shit!
I don't know how we make that
I know.
that weight class work.
I think I think the story tells it all, though.
What do you got? 230? You said?
Right now I'm at 230. I'm trying to. My perfect weight that I see myself
That's funny.
is 200.
Ligori just texted me and said, "There's another fight?" With the laughing emojis, and he goes, "Yo, wild." And Dylan texted me, said, "So it looks like ain't no one got faith in me versus Klinger."
Shit.
Sorry, Dylon.
Dylon.
I got faith in you.
What's happening?
No, I don't know why. I did not expect it to be that big of a gap in the voting, to be honest. I mean, Dylan's got 20 pounds on him right now. Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, guys.
Did either of them share it?
They can't vote. They have to go to my story and click it. Or
They did.
your
I think they
story,
did.
I think.
I don't know about the poll, but they shared one of the posts, like, from the podcast. But
It's all about the poll. That's all that matters.
That's what you're basing the odds off, right?
Yeah.
are you going to make the fight?
I'm available. I'd love to come. That's why I asked how much it's going to be.
Oh, yeah. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Are you gonna drink after?
Well, if I'm paying $35, I'm drinking something. Like you said, you know, $35 is for the booze. So if you might as well come to the fights.
Yeah.
Yikers Island podcast, May 23rd, 2020.
Might as well.
All right, we're at 2 hours. Do we want to wrap this?
I'm down.
We still got a lot off the record to touch back on.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Mel, what do you got to say for yourself?
Are we going out after
You're
this?
fucking fake Puerto Rican. That's what I have to say for her.
Y'all just gonna go home after this?
You got free to... No, I am home.
Y'all just gonna go to
Unfortunately.
your apartment after this?
No, we'll talk off the record about that too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a fake Puerto Rican. I went to school for free.
Mel's trying to drink tonight,
I fucking abused the system. Thank you, Obama, so much. I got free wisdom teeth removal,
What are you-
appendicitis,
wait.
and
Wait, thank you, Obama. What? So much? What are you, fucking Canadian now? Are you Canadian or Puerto Rican?
trying to
Fucking
marry
pick one.
Klinger. Thank you, Obama, so much. Free fucking.
You see, I was gonna say, why'd she fade out?
Will?
Fuck you. Fuck you, you racist, homophobic piece of shit.
All I have to say is just thank you for the opportunity. Like I said, my favorite podcast out there, on all streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcast.
I got it right now. Go
Yeah.
figure.
It works.
Okay, but will you do karaoke even though these fucking
So I have-
clowns
I
don't
have a
do
s-
it
I have a s-
anymore?
Karaoke is one of my favorite segments on the podcast, because I don't listen to music while I'm driving up
Fuck
to Albany.
you, Kevin.
So,
Kevin.
when a song comes
Hates
on,
karaoke.
like Phil Collins, like in the internet, I was like, let's go.
Yo,
Yeah.
that
Like,
was the best intro that we've had.
It was good. I think I just lost all of Kevin's support off
That's
that
okay.
last comment. But really, just thanks for having me. I'd love to come back if you invite me back. If
You'll
this
be back.
teaching thing doesn't work out, I think this chair's mine.
You better start saving up now because we're gonna need some financial compensation for that. But
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
we'll talk about that when the time comes.
Off the record.
Can we put
Yeah.
up a poll about karaoke? As I'm curious to see just how alone I am on this.
Sure. I've gotten only good feedback about it though. From
Fucker,
him.
you fucker.
Just me.
No, from him. I'm just saying you're one of the people who said that you liked it.
I'll sing a song right goddamn now.
Thanks again. So late stint with the Knicks. We're on Instagram.
What is it? Yeah,
750
plug everything you want right now.
at late stint with the
Don't you
Knicks.
have a YouTube too?
All right, let's not talk about that. I do not have a YouTube. No.
Okay.
I got
Sorry.
some old gems, oldies but goodies. They're on there. Please don't find it, because that will probably definitely not get me a job in the
Better
future
go
with the
make
New
those
York State.
private.
I have about what's it? I think at least a couple of thousand views on one video. It's a really interesting video.
So you don't want to plug that though? Okay.
No, don't
Onward.
want to.
So
plug
what
it.
are the Instagrams? Your
j-
personal or do you want
Personal, we'll all be tagged in the episode, so check us out on
True.
check them out on Instagram. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Check them out on
Really not
Instagram.
banking on being a teacher.
This is the fallback plan now. Fitness Meyer on Instagram, MAYR, and Late Stint with the Knicks on Instagram.
What is that? What is that one?
Late Stint with the Knicks.
I still don't know what you're
Late
saying.
stint with the Knicks.
Late stint.
So
Thanks
like
thanks
a
Breakfast
player
Club.
late,
what the fuck?
a player late in their career, they
It's
just have like a
Charlemagne the
late
God.
stint, like a stint.
Oh, okay.
It was something clever I came up with.
Sorry.
With my buddy. And,
Apparently not clever enough for Matt.
No, I just
Or too clever.
Too
Which
clever.
is it?
We have a
Clever.
verified
Probably.
follower, Chris Childs. Shout out to Chris Childs. He follows us on Instagram. He's got a
Chris
blue check
Childs.
mark. He's got a blue check mark. Posted about
Tyler Childers.
Chris Childs.
Made famous because he punched Kobe Bryant.
And
Hit him with
also,
the two piece.
ooh, rip
R.I.P.
Kobe. By the way, we posted a
You
tribute
better
about
DM
him.
him and ask him about that.
And
How's he
we-
gonna DM Kobe?
Chris Childs.
Oh. Oh.
Yikes.
Wow, Matt, are you all
You need the
right?
cutty.
And we posted about Anthony Mason. It was Valentine's
That's
Day.
funny.
He wore number 14 for the Knicks. Posted about him. His son commented on our post, said he really misses his dad. So shout out to Anthony Mason and that family. Thank you for your service to the Knicks. Heart and soul of the Knicks. 90s Knicks, baby.
Okay,
No.
nice.
Shout out Collie John.
Yeah, thanks
too.
for coming prepared. I appreciate it. I think all guests need to take note from this, please.
Yeah.
Come with some fucking talking points, you plebs.
Yeah, seriously. Me and Kevin can only get so much with you fucking idiots. So
Yikes.
I want
Yikes.
I want Klinger to come with talking points. It'll be fucking
we know, Mel.
incoherent.
Klinger. Oh, we get it, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious, Mel.
I don't want to
You got
put
another spill over there to clean up, but
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth.
spill
But,
was
Spill.
Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay. Well, anyway.
I got it. Took a minute, but
don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but can't wait to come back on. Thanks for having me.
well, some people on this podcast do like putting foots in their mouth. Cameron, no, I'm kidding.
Okay. Anyway.
Cut it.
So
No, what's
that's
your
it?
fucking closing statement? Jesus.
She
I already
gave
gave a
hers.
whole closing statement.
She started.
You okay?